You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
What's up, punters and dribblers? Welcome back to the Hello Sport Podcast, home of unqualified opinion, unwavering bias. It's a Monday, and we're here.
It's a Monday, all right, buddy. It's not just any Monday, though.
It's Origin Monday.
It's Origin
Team Release
Monday. I don't know how you describe that. It's like Monday week before Origin.
Well, but it's just like the Team Release Monday.
Team Release Monday.
The thing, I was saying this in the green room, not to you, because we like to hold things back for the podcast.
We're not friends anymore, really.
We're not friends, really. It's just more of a working relationship, a loveless marriage. I don't, and not to start off at negative town, because it doesn't need to be negative. Origin in the air, excitement in the air. It's like Christmas for punters.
I don't want you to be negative.
I am thinking about this from a content pigs at the trough sort of an opportunity, right?
Yes.
That the NRL, who are good friends of ours, seem to fucking not understand. On Sunday night, once the rugby league is finished, that no one really cares about because they're just thinking about Origin teams, just like there's just a New South Wales team just starts dropping on social media like it's fucking bloke puts it up. The Sydney Morning Herald might say, oh, Jake's fucking going to be captain. Someone else just releases the team list. There's no fucking official press conference with Madge Maguire, who I'd love to see crack a smile. There's no press conference. There's no special Origin show. They should be both teams. Queensland doesn't drop till today. Why aren't both teams dropped Sunday night, 6 p.m, the second the game finishes, and it goes straight from that game into just like a big Fox League State of Origin production. You got all the fucking Queens, you got Mal, or you got Cooper, you got fucking Gordon Tallis, and then you've got, Matty Johns on there, fucking Hindy. I don't know who other people they've got to Origin.
But you're making a simple error. Very simple. You're too smart for these fucking dinosaurs, dude. That's too hard for them to go, let's sit down and put on a big Origin extravaganza, a bonanza.
The Matty Johns show should become an Origin extravaganza.
You could have Billy Moore lead the boys out just yelling Queensland, annoying everyone. That's TV land. That's TV land.
But it's like they do in the end, and we're talking about it again, green room stuff before you got in, but like the NBA draft. It's a full fucking thing. Let's break down every single fucking granular detail of both teams. I was looking last night for content to consume around State of Origin teams. There was nothing. The only thing there was, and shout out to a good friend, Rugby League Guru, he did an Origin podcast, but obviously that's his Patreon. I had to go to his Patreon to consume it, which was great. But it's the only place that anyone, anywhere, did anything.
It's absolutely
shout out to the
unbelievable.
Roo Crew, by the way.
It's absolutely unbelievable. Shout out to Roo Crew and shout out to Roo, a dear friend. I find it ridiculous in the extreme that they don't have a big fucking Sunday night production. Isn't Sunday night, this is what I was led to believe, prime time? Prime time. Tick, 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 60 minutes. I was always of the opinion that was as prime as time could get.
Yes.
And then they've obviously got a clock in there as well, which is a nice little add-on.
Well, it makes it feel more prime.
Well, it's very prime time then. You fucking dress that thing up and you go, we're getting fucking down to business next Wednesday, so you better G the fuck up. Both teams come out at the same time, almost like they're presenting fighters, right? And then there's no bullshit. Billy can't sleep on it and wake up in the morning and get a bit of an edge, which I've never liked. Well,
no.
Why did Queensland go second?
That's what I mean.
Why do they go second in the morning when he's read the side and he can adjust?
There's no logic to it. No one's come out and explained why it happens the way it does. There's no obvious, okay, that makes sense. It just seems like there's, for such a professional code, for such a jewel in the crown of a code.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
There's just a little bit of flip-floppy, we haven't really organised what we're doing. What's the thought process behind this? I don't know, we just fucking do it. What's the first time you hear anyone talking about anything, and this is no disrespect to the people that are doing it, the first time I hear discussions about the Origin team, I'm flicking through the radio this morning, as is my right. Triple J are having an in-depth conversation about the state of Origin. You flick past a little Triple M segment where MG might give a little bit of his fucking opinion, but it's all dinky 5-minute little chats here and there. There's nothing too much into it, nothing too much out of it. It just, what are the people going to work today listening to?
With all due respect to round 12 of the NRL, no one gives a fuck about round 12 of the NRL.
At least not until they've been able to consume State of Origin team.
That's a Tuesday problem. Sunday night and Monday in its entirety is for State of Origin, as you so aptly described it, Tom, the jewel in the crown. Not the jewel in some fucking backwater shit sport like the A-League, who had its grand final on the weekend and no one knew fucking what was going on. Well done to the Central Coast Mariners. Nice to see some fucking fans at the game. That's beside the point. The point is, when you've got rugby league, a $1 billion sport, with its jewel in the crown in 10 days' time, and you don't even have a show built around it. You don't have anyone that's played the game breaking that bitch down. You don't have the fucking coaches. Like a press conference. Get them in there like fighters and start throwing some fucking curveballs at these bastards.
You can't get away with it.
Get in there and go, Billy, what do you say to reports that you sound like a fucking bush poet?
Which he does.
And you're pissing everyone off.
I've got some clips.
That gets people going. Now people are pumped up. You know what I mean?
But it's like you can't...
You get Paul Gallen up there barking.
In 2024, Eddie, the year it is right now of our Lord and Saviour...
St. Peter V'landys.
First
of his name.
You can't get away with not providing that content for your audience. Like, you have to be doing that. You have to be doing that.
You would think
Why
so.
the fuck am I waiting 12 hours before I can digest this shit? And you could say, yeah, get over it, dude. Like, get a life. But that's the world I'm used to.
No, but they're already doing shit.
It's the world I'm used to now. I need shit immediately. I need people talking about it immediately. Now, sure, I know that they discussed the New South Wales team on Matty John's show last night. I would imagine I was not watching it. I was out to dinner with my family. Don't fucking shit down my throat, Masood style. But I need dedicated Origin TV, podcast, media. I need it straight away. I need to listen to it while I'm in bed. I need to listen to it while I'm in bed. I need to listen to it while I'm doing the dishes. You know, I was given none of those things.
I tell you what I also need, Tom, and I really need this. I need it to be common knowledge that at 6 p.m. Sunday night, the team will be announced. It'll be live. Mm-hmm. We'll all tune in as a nation, most particularly as a state. Yep. Okay, holding hands if we need to, and we'll have our opinions, we'll have our guesses, but no one knows jack shit until 6 p.m. This Civ stuff, I've had enough of it.
I know the Queensland team.
If I was the coach, if I'm Madge, I'm going. If this gets out, you're all fucking fired.
Yeah,
how's that, cunt?
Yeah.
And when the fucking journos ring me, I'd go, piss off, you little worm. Yeah, I'm fucking doing it at 6 p.m. because that's what the people want. It's not about you and your little fucking gotcha moment, mate. Fuck off and write articles about, some bloke who fucking, cut a line at a fucking pie shop. Point is...
I was waiting for where that was going.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pie shop line cutter. There's an article for you.
There it is. But Bulldogs bites.
At 6 p.m, no one should know jack shit.
Yeah.
No one should know a thing.
Yeah.
And there'll always be the article that tries to predict it. But if there's no sieve, they're going to be wrong.
Yeah.
Because no one would have predicted Jake Trbojevic to be fucking captain. No one said that until yesterday. So you can write all your little articles. They would have voted Tedesco and they would look like idiots if there was no sieve.
Or they would have had Isaiah Yeo as captain or something like that.
No one had Jake. No one had Jake. No one had Jake until the sieve started yesterday. And the fuckers in there get on the blower and start telling everyone, which makes me sick, Tom. It makes me sick. Now we're starting to get somewhere. There's pomp and pageantry to it.
6
pomp
PM,
and pageantry.
Cuts to full-time siren between the Tigers and the whoever gives a fuck finishes, and bang, straight to press conference. Madge comes, sits down. Billy comes, sits down. Fullback.
You can sell tickets to it, mate.
No.
Bit of UFC pomp and pageantry to it. Then they all come in. Now they're all barking. They're all fucking yarning to each other.
Yeah.
Into each other.
And then it cuts straight
Instead
to that.
of this polite
then they ask
bullshit.
the questions. They get asked the questions. The big presser. Hey, why didn't you pick fucking David Fafita, Billy? And then Billy goes into a rendition of Man from Snowy River, and everyone's like, "What the fuck are you talking about here?"
100%. The first person I'd give a mic to, Jerome Law. Going, fucking throw a bit of shade,
Yeah,
buddy.
throw some, mate.
Throw a
Throw
little
some.
bit of shade.
Throw
Talk a little
some.
bit of shit.
Yeah.
Let's get people going here. Let's pump them up.
Poetry's lame. He'll say something about he'll go, that's not poetry, and then he'll rap or something.
You know? And, like, unfortunately now the people have to wait till we get into it, Tom.
Yeah.
And we're not doing it Sunday night.
Of course,
It's not our job.
It's not. Listen, we are a voice of the punter and the dribbler, right? We speak for you in that we're like, where the fuck's the content for us?
We're outraged for you because you should be outraged.
No one wants to hear. Listen, no one the second the Origin team drops is going, what the fuck do Tom and Eddie think? That's a later down the track thing.
It's a Monday morning.
That's a Monday morning thing. You want to know what Matty John thinks. You want to know what fucking Gordon Tallis thinks. You want to know what Mal Meninga, Cooper Cronk. I'm just trying to think of Fox League fucking Queenslanders right now, and it was escaping me. You want to hear from the people, the men that have been there and done it. That's not us. Not yet, anyway. It was just, and I don't know if I've complained about this before. I bet I fucking have. But, like, it's in the business of making money. You could make money. You could sell this you could sell this. You could sell it. Sponsors would get on it.
Mate, even shout out to our good mates, the Alpha Blokes, right? They did a little press conference weigh-in thing just down there at the local club. They sold piss. People are rowdy, having a great time. Why couldn't you do something like that on a bigger scale?
Yep.
It's not that difficult. It's not that hard. You got Queensland down there's New South Wales. Maybe there's a little biff in the crowd. You don't know what you're going to get out of that.
You don't know what content comes from that.
You don't know. You got no idea. The opportunities, though, Thomas.
Yep.
The opportunities, they are endless.
They are. Now, that's just a little bit of, hey...
That's a Monday morning vet.
Hey, mainstream media types, like, listen up and
Shout
listen
out to
good.
Roo for getting out there and doing
Yeah,
the
of course he
dancing,
did. Of course he did.
No
Because Roo's
quitting
a
the
man
big
of the
fella.
people.
Well, no quitting the big
Roo's a
fella.
man of the people, but
I quit.
do more with it. Make more of a fucking go of it.
Camel.
Please. Jesus Christ.
Camel.
Now, Eddie, we'll obviously get to the teams in detail. The Bush Poets had his say. Madge Maguire, the almost younger version of Rod Laver. Like, do you know what I mean? I feel like he's more muscular, but I can see Madge's face becoming Rod Laver as he gets older. I don't know about you. That's just sort
The
of
walking candle.
the melted candle.
The melted
The
candle.
melted candle, Rod Laver.
Trying to think of what you call him.
But
Rocket Rod Laver, the greatest of all time, in my opinion.
yeah. And you saw him play. You loved watching him play back in the day, didn't you?
2 Grand Slams, mate.
I know. You watched it. You watched all of them.
Loved it.
Loved it.
You've obviously come back and watched them with me.
Of course. I wanted to say this, Eddie.
What do you want to say, mate?
So, like, you can be a good club this year, right? So, you know, you can be a good club where you're like, who's this year? Penrith, Melbourne.
Manly.
Well, Manly, yes, Manly's good, but I mean, like, we're not in the top 4. We're not in the top 8 right now. So I'm being quite sincere here, earnest,
Okay.
genuine with the people, right?
Interesting.
But there's a difference between being like a momentarily good club where, like, oh, we've recruited well this year, but there's only certain clubs where you're good on a level that is like consistent and long-standing and like true and honest and real. Like, you know, if you had like a plant that was thirsty, you pour a little bit of water on it. Yeah, sure, it might drink for a second, but you want to really like soak the foundations of that pot with water so it can really enjoy, it can subsist. That's the Manly Sea Eagles, right? They are just like a fantastic club all the way down. And because of that, you are seeing the captain of New South Wales and Queensland come from that same club first time ever. Never been done before.
It's never been done. A lot of people trying to say, oh, it's been done before.
It hasn't been done before.
It hasn't been. I think you need to check
You guys
your
are,
sources.
you guys are fake news in it.
You are fake news in it. Now I know what Donald Trump was worried about,
Yeah.
is worried about.
Two-time Trump.
Two-term Trump. Two-term Trump.
That's all I was here to talk about.
I know exactly what you're trying to talk about. What you're trying to talk about, Tom, is what sort of club would be required, would be needed in order to grow 2 state captains at once?
Yeah.
Is it possible?
And-
Can it be done? Could it be done? It sort of reminds me of, this might seem like a bit of a left field analogy, but a lot of people said that you couldn't win 4 majors in a row in golf. Couldn't be done. Then, under the right conditions, a young prodigy named Tiger comes along. His old man a fucking hard ass, worked him into the ground. His mum just got his mind mentally ready to fucking go out there and pound the competition, okay? He achieves that feat, the only one that could do it. You would imagine a world where it was impossible for there to be two state captains at once, if not for greatness.
To be the absolute
To
essence.
be in the soil, in the air, in the trees, in the food, in the water, in the milk, Tom.
Yeah. In the milk of the club.
Then you could see where two young footballers suck on the bosom of that club.
Yeah.
Drink that milk.
Drink that milk, that great milk.
Grow up, big, strong boys. Bones true, necks long.
One club players as
One
well.
club
You know what I
players.
mean? Like, they've only ever played for Manly. That's all they've ever done. Can you also, just while we're here, Todd, I was about to call you Dior, can you just get up, Matt, like just have it ready, Madge's explanation for why he picked Jake, and then also the Bush Poet's reason for why he didn't pick Fafita, and we'll come back to that in a bit. It's just such a great reward. And you can make the right, like, you know, we've been unlucky this year, Manly. I think a cumulative 23 points across all of our losses so far this year. So we've been in every fucking game up to our eyeballs. And we just beat the Storm on the weekend. That was a great win. But we're not in the 8, and you got to acknowledge that. You got to call it as you see it. We are literally and figuratively not in the 8. We are 9th. But to still...
So we're yeah. Literally and figuratively
not in the top 8.
That's right.
But we are 9th. But we're basically in the top 8.
Well, we can see it.
We can definitely see it. We can touch 8. But, and we get a bye this weekend, which is really needed. The fact is that still we have players with the moral fibre and the quality and skill of Jake Trbojevic and Daly Cherry Evans to be captain of New South Wales and Queensland.
You're just not going to find it at another club.
Off the back of a win against the Storm.
I know, it's huge.
With an injury-depleted side.
Again, all those people that want to talk shit and say it's happened before, check your sources.
Before.
I want to say this, though, on Jake Trbojevic. He was dropped by Freddie a couple of years ago. We lost that game and lost that series. Mm-hmm. Now, after he was dropped, there was a cacophony of what the fuck have you done, Frederick? We go on to lose, and when he comes back and goes, I feel right about this now again. I feel good. I don't know if you noticed this, but New South Wales was once again infected by the same mind virus that we are every series, where people were going, oh, you don't pick Jake.
There was a few getting around. Kempy was trying to push it. I just didn't want to get into a verbal stoush with him on the DMP.
But in the green room, you and I, big Jake guys, always have been, always will be. Heart and soul of the state. And I just think that I'm reassured by the fact that Madge has gone, I'm not gonna let that same mind virus that ate my contemporary or my previous affect me by dropping or not picking Jake Trbojevic, who loves his state more than anyone alive, who plays the hardest, toughest 80 minutes of State of Origin football that you've ever seen. Yeah. He'll make 300 tackles. He won't miss one. He'll fucking get the boys up and about. He'll be chomping at the fucking rugby league bit.
Oh, he'll be chomping. He can, and he's a talker. He's an inspirational leader. He leads by example, and he tells you what the fuck he's going to do, then he goes and does it.
And more important than anything, Tom, when the whistle's blown and you're called to climb out of the trench and go, you're going to follow Jake.
If you're in the metaphorical battlefield, the metaphorical war zone that is State of Origin,
metaphorical
football,
trench.
The metaphorical trench. But let's use a literal trench in a metaphorical setting. So know if you climb over that trench, you will not be shot, you will not be bayoneted, as far as I am aware. But let's say there's danger over there in the form
Well, there is danger.
In the form of a Reuben Cotter on the run. Or a Patrick Carrigan looking to tackle the smallest guy on the field and then clip it up on socials. You see Jake Trbojevic, fucking, he gets foaming, blood all over him, fucking.
Cut already.
Up and into him and over that metaphorical trench or a literal trench in a metaphorical setting. I am up and I'm going straight away.
Follow me, boys.
I don't care what's over that trench wall.
Follow me, boys. And follow you do. Foaming as well. So I just see a team full of dogs, Tom.
Yeah.
I see a team full of dogs led by a dog.
Yeah.
Who, again, and this is more important than anything, loves his state more than he loves, I would say, his own family.
His fiancée.
His fiancée. He's got love for his fiancée. He's got love for his family. But he's got more love for his state.
Because that's obvious. You have to.
If you're going to be Skip, you need love for your state. And I would argue this: I don't think we've had a captain that loves his state as much as JT Boyovich in living memory.
No, ever.
I legitimately mean that. And if I'm forgetting someone, I apologise. But
there is no one.
I don't think there is anyone.
There is no one.
I don't think there is anyone.
Literally, not figuratively here, literally bleeding blue.
Punters and Dribblers, the podcast today brought to you by Good Day. Now, it is back on sale in earnest. No more pre-sale, no more pre-orders this Wednesday, okay? So get in while the getting's good, because we are up and we are running and we are fucking humming.
That's
now,
right.
Here is
Another review.
Your daily reminder to go to begoodhealth.com.au. Use the code Dribblers, 20% off, because the punter and the dribbler are fucking gagging for it. You guys have gone above and beyond. I really wanted to wait until I got through a box to see what the hype was about, or if it was all bullshit. The hype is real. Good Day is an amazing product from day one. I lost the brain fuzz and also the afternoons I'm no longer falling asleep on the couch. That was literally day one that this happened. Great job, boys. The proof's in the pudding.
There you go. It's not just about the energy, though. The nutritional benefits are there also, just not as immediately obvious. But get around it. We love you. Good Day. BeGoodHealth.com.au.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, we can now have a look at the team, Edward. And I wouldn't mind seeing how it compares later on in the show to Tobler's fucking,
His hard-working algorithm. Is that what it was? It was effort.
The
effort
work
level.
rate. Work rate
algorithm. Now, Dylan Edwards usurps the great and powerful Jimmy Slips Tedesco, who bows out, I think, our 17 straight Origin games. I think it's incumbent on us, Eddie, to, on behalf of the state of New South Wales, thank Jimmy Slips for his service to the
Three
state.
shields. 3 shields. As far as I'm aware, I think it's 3. 3 solid. You take 3 all day long.
You do.
We would have liked 5, but that's okay. We'll take 3. He's slipped his last game.
Well, he may not have slipped for the last time in state colours, but there's every chance that he's had his last
Well, he's
slip.
slipped out of the side.
He's slipped out of the side. He certainly has, which is true to form. But whether he slips again in sky blue remains to be seen.
Dylan Edwards would need to slip up.
Dylan Edwards would need to slip something shocking.
He'd need to slip up for Slips to slip back into the side.
Correct.
Brian Todd, best winger in the game.
Thanks for coming.
Stephen Crichton, absolute thoroughbred.
Thanks
big
for
fan
coming.
of his work. This is where it gets interesting.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Very.
Joseph Su'ali'i is in the side, number 4, probably left centre?
Yeah, I think.
Or they play him on right, doesn't matter.
Whatever, he's in the centres.
I'm surprised they didn't pick Matt Burton here.
I'm also, listen, it's contentious for a few reasons. You had Matt Burton, you also had Latrell Mitchell, and I know he did make himself available.
Yes.
There was also the big dick Jesse Ramian.
Oh, Hogs McGee.
Hogs McGee as well. Yeah. So Su'ali'i, I never really saw as the option at centre. It was always wing stuff.
I would say this has caught me off guard.
Yeah.
As a fine purveyor of the state. Interesting that he's best. So Burton not there, who's got a long kicking game, which I think we missed. We'll get to that. You've got Latrell Mitchell, who's a fucking sicko.
He's a big game player.
He's a beast.
You put him in the South's got the win. He's obviously got some. It has been a tumultuous year for Latrell. But
would you have picked him?
I reckon I would have. I would have probably gone Trell and then Su'ali'i on the wing instead of Lomax.
I would have got him. What I think I would have done is I would have got him on the blower and said, you've got 10 minutes, and all I want you to do is talk to me for 10 minutes about how much you love your state, and I'd make the call off the back of that. If I liked what I heard, if he said the things I needed to hear, then he's in.
Right.
But it would have been a love for your state.
And I mean, like, do you know what you want to hear going into that call, or do you think it's like, I don't want to go with any expectations?
It's how he says it.
More than what's said.
That's right.
Passion.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking for.
Belief.
Meaning.
Bit of Hamish Street about him.
And a love for your state.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Yep.
Just because what I would have needed to have seen is a man that loves his state more than the predicament he's in. You know, the media, is he prepared to let all the media fucking shit, leave that at the door, leave the Rabbitohs going like a bastard at the door, and just put everything on the line for the state? If he'd said the right things, I would have picked him. That's just me personally. So Joseph at centre, I don't love it, but I'm also happy to be proven fucking wrong because I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't not love it. Put it that way.
I would have had people above him. That's why I don't love
but
it.
I don't not. He's a big body. And
obviously, the plan is clearly to go aerial. Now, we've done this before, and I think you'll remember, Tom, when you eyeball the side that we had where it was like some aerial threats in there, and we just didn't go aerial at all.
Well, it's not just aerial. It's big. It's bigness.
Big and aerial.
It's big bodies. Like, we're just going to be fucking big and trucky and strong and to truck. You know what I mean? Now, Zach Lomax on the wing, I don't mind it. He's had his best season.
A lot of people were saying that he might say no.
Well, that's what we were musing, that he would say no because he hates playing on the wing. And I think that would be a reasonable point for... And maybe that's why they picked Suoliti in the centres, because you go, listen, we're actually expecting Lomax to pull out because he's been selected on the wing. Suoliti goes to the wing, Burton comes in.
Interesting. Now, that would seem like a complete waste of time, but I'm hearing you.
It would be a waste of time, but one that I think, you know, you could understand a rugby league side making time for.
So a rugby league side would make time for a waste
of time.
Yeah,
but
it would be very rugby league,
wouldn't it? In the spirit of, you know, just a bit of content.
It'd be very rugby league.
Now,
Jerome Luai is 6.
Happy with it. I'm happy with it.
I was musing about Jerome Luai to a lot of people, and I was laughed at. No fucking way, there's no way.
Maybe it's just because you were saying it.
Maybe, and people don't respect what I have to say, which is offensive, but also not inaccurate.
Probably the right response.
If you'd listen to me for as long as some of you have,
then you'd know.
I don't think I'm drowning in respect from a rugby league opinion.
But we were talking about Jerome, we were talking about Cody Walker. Cody Walker got injured, so maybe that was part of it. I wouldn't have been happy with either one.
Cody's injured apparently. Well, like where's he at? Nico Hines. We were all wigging on the weekend, HIA, but then
we're still wigging. We're still
a bit of tightness. I don't like tightness.
No, this is.
Do you like tightness?
I'm not a fan of tightness, dude. Calf awareness.
Sometimes.
No, well, yeah. Yeah. Great point. No, it's a great point there. You're right. Sometimes a fan of tightness, sometimes not. Now, in this instance, not a fan of it. Now, it's calf tightness, it's calf awareness. Calf awareness and tightness different to calf injury because it's not yet an injury, but you're aware of it.
I love that that's not a medical term, but it's used around injuries, is that he's aware of it.
That's the first time.
He's aware of his calf.
First time I ever heard it used was by, I think it was the great and powerful Drew Mitchell.
He's aware of it.
I feel like it was when when we had Drew on the podcast like years ago. I'm not saying he's the first person to ever say it, but it's the first time I ever just heard it said. It was just like, mate, I had some awareness in my calf. I'm like, I love that saying. I love it.
So do I. Are you allowed to say it if let's say that you've been shopping all day with your missus, right? And your feet start to get sore. Can you say I've got awareness in my feet?
Yeah, you go, dude, I've got some serious fucking, some sort of heel awareness.
I might even say that to
dude, you do. I've got some awareness in my
heel awareness.
Yeah. Well, you had a serious case of the Sundays yesterday. You were antiquing. I'm sure there was some calf awareness, some foot awareness.
Lower back awareness.
Lower back. I've got some lower back awareness right now.
Lower back awareness. It wasn't a long day of antiquing, but it's still a fucking hour and a half. It's too long for the lower back.
On a Sunday,
it doesn't
as
like
well.
it.
Like your body can tell when it's a Sunday, and you're like, I know this is like a very Sunday activity, but I'm also like, there are other Sunday activities I'd like to be doing, like anything.
Yeah,
You pick up any good?
No, we didn't get anything. We looked at a couple of things, but nothing really jumped out at us. I did, however, use that to I used the brownie points here to parlay that into Guinness in the evening.
Yesterday?
Yep.
Where'd you go for Guinness?
I had a couple of Guinness last night. Yeah,
By yourself?
No, not by myself. We went to the Tap House.
Oh, yeah.
They do like Asian food, so it was it was pretty good. We had like dumplings and fried rice.
Oh, yeah.
All the good shit. And I had a couple of pints of Guinness.
I had a couple of pints of Guinness last night as well. Me and Harvey down at the old East. It's funny because obviously you don't have children. We went down there and it's just Kid City, and we're like, let's just try and fucking pound a couple of good, honest Guinness in the cold night air.
I had a couple of Guinness Saturday afternoon as well at the Nelson. It wasn't Guinness because they don't have it on tap there. We had a few stouts, man, So I just love Guinness and stouts and Guinness and stouts, stouts and Guinness, Guinness and stouts. Love them at the moment. Huge fan.
I just need to be in cold. The weather's not cold enough for me to truly appreciate them. Do you know what I mean? Like last night was good. It was cold. Like I was blowing the cold air and it was coming out of my mouth. But I need to be like frigid cold.
Well, the ideal setting is obviously next to a roaring fire with a pot pie. That's obviously ideal.
Rugby
or
league
maybe
fire.
a lamb shank.
A lamb shank crackling fire. None of that gas shit.
Shanks, pots, etc. And big, thick,
Hearty.
Irish glasses, Guinness, pint of it, get it down your fucking gob. Unbelievable. To all the dickheads going, oh, it doesn't fucking taste any good in Australia. Guinness is shit. Bullshit. It's fucking delicious. Shut
Also,
up.
like, what do you want me to do? Fly to fucking Dublin?
Oh, yeah, I'll nip over to fucking Dublin so
What
I
do you
have a
want me to
glass
do?
of Guinness, you silly
You
cunt.
fucking idiot.
What are you talking about?
Shut up. Now, Nico, calf awareness. I think they're going to give him every chance, Ed. Going to give him every chance. The thing that I found interesting was that, now, obviously, we're in a fucking bit of a halfback depletion phase, but if Nico fails in his quest to relieve the tightness in his calf, that Luke Keary of I'm a little bit I am hurt. I have hurt from Luke Keary in terms of his where he really wants to be. You know what I mean?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, Luke Keary's ineligible. I've talked about this before.
He's played for the state already.
I know.
I'm
aware.
It's not triggered. Is it PTSD?
And
Do
I had the
PTSD?
same opinion then. I'm a big fan of Luke Keary.
So am I.
I think he's a terrific young footballer. But in my opinion...
Not that young.
He's younger than me. In my opinion, when you have gone to the highest powers in the land, and I think wanted to take it to like some sort of fucking high court...
Yeah, no, The Hague. You're trying to take The Hague.
To try and get it overturned and to play for Queensland, I'm sorry, but you're no longer eligible for the state of New South Wales. If I can't cut you open and see that you bleed blue, then jog on. What I would say is, how can you have Jake Trbojevic and Luke Keary of trying to take you to the Hague fame in the same side?
The thing though, if it's like pursuit of victory. Now maybe he's not first in. Maybe
Matt Burton
goes in and Luai plays 7. I'd prefer that. And again, Luke Keary, big fan of your work. I'm sure you're a nice guy, but you have disrespected us in a way that
you spat in the face of the state.
Yeah, and maybe the mouth, like directly into the mouth.
Either was unpleasant.
Well, the mouth certainly more unpleasant. IMO.
You wouldn't imagine you getting gollied in your mouth.
Well, that's why I'm struggling to sort of come to terms with the Luke Keary thing. He's a good player. I get it on form. It makes
so much rugby league sense. The guy can play football. No one's sitting here disputing that.
I get it on form, Madge.
He doesn't like the state.
I know that you coached him to a premiership in fucking 2014, Madge. I get it. But he
hates the state.
He's a sleeper cell, and I don't know how I feel about it, but whatever.
Not since Robbie Deans would there be a bigger sleeper than Luke Keary getting selected. And we know what happened to the fucking in the Deans
years. They were the beginning of the end for rugby.
Well, killed the game. Killed the game. I'm happy to say it. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Robbie Deans killed the game in this country.
He did. Killed rugby union. Jake Trbojevic, captain, we've already been over it, starting in the front row. Number 8 on his back. C next to him. Big fucking smile.
So Reece Robson expected to play 80 rugby league Brave minutes?
Well, Cam McInnes boots.
Oh, Boots can go up there.
Boots can play.
And then Isaiah Yeo comes with 13
Comes
like
in at
it.
13.
Great point.
Great to see Boots in there just while we jumped ahead to Boots. Skip ahead to Boots.
We're going to jump ahead to Boots for a second just to talk about Boots and how impressed I am that Boots is in the side. If you're just looking at at the selections we've made, Edwards, fucking made of the right stuff. To'o, right stuff. Crichton, right stuff. Joey Suali'i, I'm just going to say made of the right stuff. Bit green, but I can see signs of a kid.
You've got to give someone a chance to prove to you they're made of the right stuff.
Correct. Zach Lomax, big, thick, girthy. Jerome Luai hates Queenslanders and loves to stir the fucking pot. Made of the right stuff. Nico Hines, made of the right stuff. Jake, obviously. Reese, obviously. Payne Haas, big, thick, immovable object. Liam Martin, right stuff. Angus Crichton, the right stuff. Cameron McInnes, the right stuff. That is a right stuff back row.
Yeah. The back row is all right stuff.
You've got. Where's McInnes from?
Listen, I just thought he was from like the center of a mountain, maybe.
Come like a mountain folk.
Like he's got his people
coming out of a mine.
His people live in like the core of a mountain, I think.
Come out of a mine.
Yeah. You know, like those little people that were not the other genus. What were they called? The ones like not Homo sapien, not Homo sapien.
Erectus.
Homo erectus. Fucking there was like another one that was like Papuan. I don't know.
Oh, the small people.
Yes.
Florus.
Florence.
Homo Florens.
Where's he from?
He's from Sydney.
Whereabouts?
He played junior football for the Botany Rams.
Right, so he's just around the corner.
Right. That doesn't work for me.
No, it doesn't. That storyline doesn't
So
fit.
he's not descendant of the small people from the Indonesian island that are now extinct.
Yeah.
It could still potentially be, but it just
Where's his dad from?
Here.
You find out where his old man's from.
Find out where
What I do know is that Liam Martin's a country boy and Angus Crichton's a country boy. I know that.
Yeah.
Both in elite form, and Boots McInnes, he's made of fucking old leather.
Yeah, he is. He's made of old boots. He's like, I think it's where they breathe life into Pinocchio. Some guy like stitched an old boot and then just like when Guardian Leviosa him to fucking...
Or just like bit of rum in there and he just grew.
He became a boy who plays rugby league, tough as old boots.
Boot and rum.
Yeah. But good to see our friend Angus Crichton back there as well.
AC, well done, cunt. Fucking oath.
Great to see him back there. Liam Martin,
He'll do a
obviously,
job. He'll do a rugby league job.
Fucking oath. Now we go to the bench. Isaiah Yeo, I don't mind this. I like Isaiah no longer starting because I felt like sometimes the attack gets a little bit stifled with Isaiah.
Well,
maybe that was when Cleary was there as well.
Well, there was too much
Isaiah.
block shape. Too much block shape in game one to use a Willie Mason.
Yep.
One of the most frustrating evenings I've ever attended. Probably one of the worst nights of my life. You might be saying, well, what's that? Why so hectic? Well, because we lost an unlosable game. We played like shit. Our attack was fucking horse shit, and it pissed me off.
Shout out to the Menenti brothers again for having us down to Adelaide.
That was very nice of them. Very nice of them. And shout out to Buff Lehman.
Oh, Buff's terms. Buff's terms.
Buff's terms.
Fucking hell, you guys.
Fucking hell. Don't go to Adelaide without calling Buff first.
No, you got to let Buff Lehman know. He'll come put you in a fucking body bag.
Better let him know.
Yeah.
So I like that because Isaiah Yeo touched the ball 700 times last time and it didn't amount to points. So great. Off the bench, like it. Hamale Olakawatu. Should have been there last year. Is there this year. Thank God sense prevails.
We'll get to the Manly Storm game, but he was putting a fucking hurting on some of those Storm pussies on Friday night.
Well, he sees weakness and he exploits it.
Snapping people, dude. Running hard. He's just terrifying. Big and thick and proud and true and bleeds blue. Big, thick, proud, true, bleeds blue.
That's Hamale.
That's Hamale Olakawatu.
He's got that written on his back and on his sack.
On his leg.
Spencer Lanu, yep.
Sure. Now, look, this is a cunt selection, and I don't mean the person. Say what you will about Spencer and his transgressions, which he seems to have, seems to be remorseful of.
Oh, I see a remorseful Spencer.
But this is a cunt selection in terms of like tough, hard. Like he plays cuntish rugby league.
Yeah, push-ups on the fists, on the knuckles, sort of stuff. Yeah.
I will say, and I'm not sitting here going someone else should be picked ahead of Spencer. I don't know. He's been back for like 2 games. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't. That's kind of like surprised me a little bit. He was suspended for a significant amount of rugby league time.
Well, he's obviously good to go.
Sure. But, you
need cunt in your side.
You've absolutely
You just do. And we've got a couple of cunt operators in there, which I like.
He's been back for 3 weeks.
3 weeks, okay.
Spencer's got cunt in him. Hamale's got cunt in him. And the Maitland kid, the Maitland boy, the pommy that isn't, Hudson Young, Huddy Young, plenty of cunt in the kid.
Well, maybe he'll get some game time this time.
I would like that.
I feel like he was a victim of... Did he play just one game and then get dropped? Was he also a Stefano Utoikamanu situation?
Well, no, but he started and got pulled off.
Yeah, he got pulled off, not in a good way, straight away. Like, he dropped a ball or some shit and got pulled off and like wasn't put back on the entire game. That's my memory of it.
I think he got pulled off in the 20th minute, which was weird.
Never to return.
That was game one as well.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it was a grim season last year.
Was.
It really was.
Grim.
Fucking
happy
weird.
for Huddy, though.
Yeah,
happy for Huddy.
Very happy. Very
Huddy's
happy.
a good
Hudson.
player.
Hudson can play rugby league.
Yeah.
He can find the line.
Yeah.
Doesn't mind putting a shot on.
Got a bit of cunt in him as well. Isaiah doesn't seem like he's got cunt in him. He's just got he's like a rugby league elitist. But the other three, it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, Huddy only played half an hour of game 1 last year.
And then he was out of the series.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Insane. But good to have him back. That's a good sign.
On the whole, Tom, I like it.
Yeah.
On the whole, I like it.
Yep. Can we see Queensland?
Yeah. So there was 9 from the work rate algorithm I put together. There was 9 featured in the selection this year.
That's pretty good.
Who missed out? Jesse Ramian.
Oh, Bradman Best injured, obviously. Lockie Galvin, but he was kind of just...
He was never
That was
gonna-
always
going to
weird.
get picked. Eero as well, similar vein to Galvin. Ewan Aitken, Josh Curran, Max King, Jamin Jolliffe,
So basically
and Egan
everyone.
and Brayley were all up there for hooker, so...
Okay, so you got 9. Also, I heard someone talking about, go back to New South Wales.
So you got 9 out of 17. It's pretty good.
9 out of the 20 squad.
That, like, someone was, I don't know if they were speaking, I can't remember who said it, and I can't remember if they were speaking to actually how Madge was looking to select the side, but he's basically picked every player is basically out of, like, the top 4 teams. Like, he's picking players in inform teams. Mm-hmm. Whereas Queensland, I don't know whether they have gone with that same approach.
Well, Val Holmes is in there, so
Let's
is Murray
go.
Tuolungi.
So we go to the Queensland side here. So Reece Walsh, yep. Xavier Coates. Was he there last year or is he back? I feel like he wasn't there last year. But
is
he's
Cobbo
good.
there instead?
Yeah, might have been Cobbo. Val Holmes, Hammer, makes sense. Taulungi. That's a little surprising when you've got Cobbo, given that the Cowboys are pretty shit. Tom Dearden, we were expecting.
Murray on the wing, though. Like, he's not getting any footy.
No, but when you just it's sort of interesting when you get through the whole team here. Daly, obviously, captain Tommy Dearden there, obviously, over because Munster's out.
Well, look how many fucking Cowboys players there are.
That's what I mean. But like Ruben Cotter, Cowboys, Ben Hunt, Dragons suck. Lindsay Collins, Roosters good. Sewer, Dragons. Nanai, Cowboys. Carrigan, Harry Grant. Fodawaker, Titans, isn't he? Hopgood, Eels. Selwyn Cobbo on the fucking bench. Like having an outside back. The Bush Poet said in his press conference today that of the last four the last 6 games, they've had an outside back go down. But then he said that he was also going to potentially create a position for Cobbo.
Mate, they've got... Well, that wouldn't be the first time they've done something funky like that. They're very small, bro. Ruben Cotter, Lindsay Collins, Fodawaker, Hopgood.
They're not huge. But are we huge? I don't know if we're huge either. We've got, obviously, Payne Haas huge. Jake, not nothing, but he's not huge. Spencer's pretty big.
Hamole's huge.
Hamole's huge. We've probably got some more
We're a
hugeness.
lot bigger.
We've got more hugeness.
We're definitely bigger. This is the interesting selection for me. Jaden Sewer over David Fafita, who can't even make the squad.
No.
Has he put his penis in the wrong hole? What's happened?
David. Well, listen. Have we got what Billy said there? Have you got it there for us?
Because I missed this morning, so I'm interested to hear what he says.
Certainly excited about getting to work, and we've got 10 days of preparation to go and recreate some habits in our footy team and
recreate some habits.
What
does that mean?
Billy, can you explain the decision to omit him from the squad?
Yeah, Dave created a really high standard for his footy last year. He just hasn't quite got to that standard this year, and I spoke to Dave last night. He's taken the disappointing news like a true Queenslander, and
taking it like a Queenslander, mate.
Wishes the best for the footy team. He further reiterated that with a text message after that. So, look, I've got no doubt that Dave will get back to the footy that he played last year, and I'm sure he'll wear a maroon jersey in the future again.
Can I ask about Selwyn?
There we go.
All right, but
Dave played too well last year, and now, unless you like it, he's not. His standard was too high last year, so unless he's playing that standard, he's not playing.
What I find weird about that is that Queenslanders historically have picked people that are even playing like pure and utter shit.
Nate Miles
Will get picked in the Origin team.
Because they're
like is Murray Taulagi blowing penises off?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Is Val Holmes playing that well?
Well, is Murray Taulagi holding up the standard he set for himself last year?
Is Val Holmes meeting the standards? I'm sorry, but Jaden Sewer is not as good as David Fafita, and I am quite frankly fucking ecstatic that he's not in the side. Fuck David Fafita. You can fuck that right off.
Yeah.
I pick Jaden Sewer every day of the week.
Yes.
If I'm a I'm a New South Welshman picking the Queensland side. I think that is absolutely fucking absurd. Hasn't reached the standards? What are you talking about?
He's a
fucking beast. They started like shit because they got a new coach and now they're fucking winning. They beat the Broncos on the weekend.
Yesterday he got man of the match. He had like 2 tries. Could you get Dave Fafita
What the fuck are you on about?
Yeah.
It's something else is going on.
Maybe it's the backflip in Dave Fafita.
That's what I said, but then I also mused to myself. I was messaging Benny, my mate. I go, well, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you look at who Skip is.
Well, that was a while ago. We forgave him, but Queensland didn't like that. Queensland didn't like Cherry Evans for a while. I was thinking about this
backflipping to stay to Queensland club.
Question. When Daly backflipped,
yep.
Was Des coach then? Because if so, Des has orchestrated 2 of the greatest backflips in rugby league history, and I don't think that's been spoken about enough. Because Des spoke to David and got him to backflip.
I don't think he was.
I think he might have been. But he might not have been, because when was it? 2011? Maybe it was Tuvey.
I don't think Des was.
What
there.
I mean is, Des left in 2011, so 2012.
So it would have been 12. It would have been 12. It would have been 12 or 13, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so it wouldn't.
Because Foran had already left, and we thought we were going to lose the other one.
And in 2013, they were both still there, and that was long after Des had left. So no, sorry, Des, you don't get that. Also.
So yesterday, David Fafita had ran for 230 metres, had 2 try assists, 2 line break assists, 70 post contact, 5 tackle breaks, had 10 tackles.
If you think about if you're a New South Wales fan, and you were just saying it quite admirably then, Edward, but who would you much prefer to face, or who would you least prefer to face? No disrespect to fucking Jaden Sewer or Jermaine Hopgood, who's on the bench, but neither of them, neither of their best performances come close to David Fafita's best performance.
The Eels have been playing like shit.
Jermaine just lost to the Rabbitohs.
I'm a big Jermaine fan.
We're fans of Jermaine here.
I'm not anti Jermaine. All I'm saying is you seem to be using one metric for David Fafita and another for everyone else. Because David Fafita's had some really, really good games this year, as evidenced by their win over the Broncos yesterday. They're getting their shit together in Titan Town, and he's one of the scariest players in the league. I would argue the scariest on his day. So the fact you haven't picked him is music to my ears,
he's
bro.
Huge.
Again.
He's humongous.
Jaden Sewer.
Who's good?
But the boys aren't going to give a fuck about Sewer.
Some breadcrumbs here, he'll get man of the match. But I get you.
Well, it has to be said.
Yes.
I'm not going to not say anything for fear of a breadcrumb.
Of course not. You shit your little panties when you see David Fafita running at you. You just don't as much if it's Jaden Sewer.
He's got an extra 15 kilos on Sewer. But Sewer's 2 centimetres taller, not much.
Well, that means nothing because he's not as big.
But,
I don't get it. I do not get it. Obviously, I'm not the bush poet. No, I haven't played fucking 70 Origin games and I'm a legend. But I know who I would rather tackle and who I rather wouldn't.
I wonder if because we're getting up there in winters now that we're starting to see it even more clearly.
You and I?
Yeah.
Well, we're getting older.
We're getting up there in winters.
We are.
We're stacking winters up, you know?
Fuck yeah, we're stacking winters up, dude. I can't wait for how wise we're going to be one day.
I
Just sit there and be able to literally just pick Origin winners like that.
Yeah.
Just go, easy. I'm going to make so much money.
Think about how wise we are now. Imagine in, 10 years the ability we're going to have given our winters.
I think New South Wales fucking humped the shit out of him and you'll see David Fafita in game 2. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's actually crazy that they've this is not a bias-based selection. I think New South Wales humped.
We've got to be
the
favourite.
fuck out of them. I don't know if we are.
We've got to be favourite.
We should probably get on them before we are favourites.
I bet you we're favourite.
After the team's been named and there's no David Fafita, maybe we are favourites.
Seriously. Like the astute punter looks at that and goes, you're off your fucking
You're
guts.
off your absolute nooner.
You're off your rugby league guts.
State of Origin, have you got me some markets
Yeah,
yet,
I've got you.
please?
I've got you. Ooh, okay. 205 New South Wales. I'm going to pound that.
Should we pound it now? Because that's you aren't getting $2 anywhere else.
What are we going to put? What are we going to?
13 plus is $5.20.
I don't know about that. I'm not going to go that.
1 to 12 is $2.95.
I just think we win.
Tobler's so like fucking. We had our big lunch on Friday, and then Tobler's like, dude, Tigers are paying fucking $12, $13 plus, and you're like, yeah, but there's a reason for that. It's
Game
We were
ones
just
are tight.
musing that it was like way over.
I tell you what I don't mind. New South Wales unders 36.5 points. Game ones are always tight as fuck. It'll be like 12-8 or something.
And this is on the Neds app, I assume, Edward.
Do you want to put that on? Do you want to put a New South Wales unders bet on with me?
I don't know that I like unders bets, dude. Life's too short to go unders.
Go through the fucking game
but
ones.
it's more just that
Go through game one.
We can go hard at New South Wales
not have to
outright
worry.
and not have to worry about
But I wouldn't
unders.
mind him getting up game one results.
Like when Jake Trbojevic scores late, I don't want to have to fucking be upset. You know what I mean?
Just a couple of stats while he looks that up. I thought interesting. Benny Porter sent these through, friend of the show. Apart from Ponga, who's kicked 19 of 19 through 7 games, Hines has the highest goal kicking percentage in the comp this year for players that have kicked more than 3 goals at 93%.
Okay.
41 of 44. Another stat: the Sharks' last 10 games this season, only one of them against the current top 8 side, the Knights, and they got pumped on the weekend.
Say that again.
In their last 10 games, they've only played one against the current top 8 side.
The Sharks. Jesus.
They've had a rails
They seem
run.
to get good runs, but it's funny when I didn't watch that game,
But I don't love that stat.
No, that wasn't a great. I thought you were bringing pro New South Wales stats.
Well,
here, dude.
I've got to read what I see.
Well, no, you can read it in your head first, dude. No, you don't have to read it.
I don't
out loud.
operate that way.
No, well, you do sometimes. I saw the Sharks game and I saw the scoreline, and during the game I was like, holy
Hines
fuck.
went off early.
That's why I was a little bit like, thank fuck he's injured, but not injured. I was like, oh, we're fucked. He's injured. But I was like, it's actually, I think, worse for him and the state were he to be helming the side that got butt fucked by that many points.
Yeah, he was on the field, so it doesn't count.
I saw
Because I had him
winning
captain, and he got like 4 points.
That's tough. I got 500 Supercoach points. I haven't looked at my team for 3 weeks.
No one cares anymore, buddy.
No.
About you.
Well, I don't know.
How'd you go, Tobler?
That's mean.
Yeah, they lean towards unders. In the past couple of years, like last year was 44, but
So,
then it
lean
was
is not enough.
26 before that, then 56, and then it was
That was 2001. That was
32,
The last
32,
2 of the last 3 years have not
32,
gone unders.
32. They're all
34,
unders,
32,
unders,
10,
unders.
21.
We're going back. Like
These are
this-
all unders.
Yeah, but they're back. How far are you going back? 2 of the last 3 were
That
over
was
significantly.
2014. But after that, it was just all unders.
Yeah, but
The
maybe
current
this
36
is more
point
modern
total.
rugby league, modern times.
So when was the
modern game.
56? That was 2021.
2021.
Yeah, that was
With
a fucked
turbo
year.
hat-trick, et
That was
cetera.
the fucked year.
It wasn't a fucked year.
Yes, it was because the 6 again rule had come
Well,
in.
you know what? A lot of good things happened that year, Eddie. And if you're going to try and strike them all from the record because 6 again was a thing, then you think very fucking carefully, mate.
I'm just saying about
You
the unders
think very
overs.
carefully about the
I'm not saying
fuck
it
year
wasn't
that you're-
nice.
It was a good year, and it was a very normal rugby league year, and everything that fucking happened stood, and that's all good, and we don't revise. Shout out to Tommy Turbo's 15-game fucking.
So what do we?
WM
So
run.
what? So just New South Wales to win.
Yeah, I don't want to. I hate unders, dude.
So what are we going to put on it?
But
We're not going to say it on here.
No, we're not going to say it on air.
But you and I, when we finish, are going to put something on.
Yeah, we are.
That's got a bit of fucking nut.
It's got to have that
it.
heart in the mouth sort of stuff. Testicles got to be shriveled.
Bit of nut and bolt.
Yeah.
If you give me $2.05 at home with a fucking side full of dogs and no
Yeah.
David Fafita, I will take it. I will take it. Yes. It's got to be a nut and
It's
bolt
gotta be
bet.
a-
It's got to be nut and bolt.
It's got to be hard. No, nuts.
It's got to
in
be
throat.
fruit and nut.
It's got to be nuts in throat. So, because then the upside of that is a real fucking. That's a handsome win.
Listen, you either fucking choke on your own nuts and you die, you swallow them.
Yeah. I plan to swallow mine.
Yeah, back into your sack.
Yeah.
Again. You've got fuckers in there, Holmes, like they'll all go out and do a job. Obviously, I'm just trying to build my own
Narrative.
strength. And narrative. I just can't look past number 11 Jaden Sewer instead of David Fafita. I just think that's a fuck up. And I reckon the Bush Poet picks him game 2 after we give him one in game 1.
Yeah,
and you're giving me $2.05.
Yeah.
You're giving me $2.05.
I'm taking it. I tell you what else, and this is vibe here. I think they've made a mistake picking Dearden. Ezra Mam is the form 5'8" of the fucking competition.
But you must remember and you must acknowledge that he came in game 3 in a series we should have won and fucked us.
Yeah, he did. No, he did.
So you can't look past that.
They fucking did that with David. They don't give a shit about David's fucking previous.
I know. I can't believe.
That's why I think
that's why I said, did he put his willy somewhere?
It's an
incorrect?
opportunity to get Ezra in. Ezra is a fucking X factor.
Well, they squatted him up first. They like to squat him up
I know
first.
they like to squat on him first, but like that's not necessarily something you need to do here. I think it's a perfect opportunity to give Ezra a crack.
You got to. They like squatting him up though. They slip him under the glass bottom boat and they shit on him.
Yeah, get him
Queensland
used to Queensland style glass bottom boating.
Now, outside of that, it's all pretty much
You kind of knew
as
this
you'd
team.
expect.
Yeah, the Cobbo on the bench is fucking bizarre. But again, Billy Slater, 4D chest, Bush Poet, like is he fucking?
but I sort of get it in the sense that Harry Grant is he's in a rotation with Ben Hunt, and they want someone that can play all through the back line. He can play in the back row as well.
Yeah, but there's like no teams, no rugby league sides are usually picking a back on the bench. So it's like, sure, pick a back as cover, but how is he being used? You bring him on what? You bring him on backs aren't rested during the game. So what are you doing there?
So that's why he said, I'm going to create a position for
Well,
him.
he said he might. He said it's part cover, part. I mean, you'd have to be creating a position for him. There's no way you're just fucking carrying a guy. And that's why I'm like, the concern for me is.
Do they put him in the fucking middle and just get him to truck nut?
Bush Poet Bill. Is this a bit Freddie Fittler? I'm out in the bush taking ayahuasca and I'm coming up with some new rugby league. Like, is this a new way to be looking at things here?
Again, based on the origin I've seen, Queensland have the ability to invent positions for players.
Yeah.
We don't.
No, we did with Tommy. He was player zero.
But Tommy's a rugby league savant. He played roaming rugby league and did it to aplomb.
Probably did himself.
He had the 0 on the back, punters, dribblers. He played both sides of the field. He played like a fucking second fullback. It was unbelievable. That's him, Mr. Savant. These fuckers at Queensland, Caleb Ponga played in the back row once. Do you remember that?
And killed it.
And killed it. Made me sick how good he was. So I wouldn't be surprised if those fuckers invent a completely new position. He goes there and kills it. Wouldn't surprise me either if they put him in the middle and just get him to truck seed. He's a big cunt.
He is big. Can we get his dimensions?
Who, sorry?
Selwyn, Selly Cobbs, Throbbo.
Boots will be up to it though.
So he's 99 kilos and 190 centimetres, which is...
He's stallion sort of stuff.
That's a big boy.
It's thoroughbred
6'2".
stallion. It's Brumbies. It's like he's a Brumby running through open fields.
But a mature Brumby.
Yeah.
A Brumby that's filled out.
Fully filled out, fully formed.
How old is he?
21.
21?
Selwyn Cobbo.
So he's not even a mature Brumby, dude. That Brumby's got maturing to do. Fuck me.
He's not filled out. Are you sure about that? You just guessing?
No, I think that's right.
Yeah, looking at it right here.
Nice.
Born in 2002.
Well, I just got PTSD from Deal Dave, who just say things.
Yes. Well, and listen, I mean, he's not beyond reproach.
No,
Mr.
there's
fucking
shades of that
33-year-old
occasionally.
bloody boat.
Yeah.
The fact that Selly
True.
Cobbs is only 21 years old is fucking hectic.
It'll be his 22nd birthday the night of the game.
How old's Reece Walsh? I wouldn't mind getting an age look at this team. Now
He wouldn't be much older than that either.
No, I don't think he would be.
He'd be 21.
He's
wouldn't
21.
Hey, that's fucked up.
Same
How old's
year as
Xavier
Cobbo.
Coates?
Coates.
he? Coates would be what, 26?
23. Born in 01.
Dude, he's way younger than I
Dude,
thought.
Coates is...
How old was he? Was it fucking Brisbane?
Broncos.
Fucking 18?
He probably was.
Christ.
What about the Hammer?
He is young. He's 23 as well, I think.
Is he?
Yeah.
22. Yep.
Fuck
01.
off, cunt. Are you
Yeah, I knew
serious?
he was young.
Murray Taulagi.
They've
can't
got a
be that
young side.
They're so young.
Just Google everyone. I love
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
How long
shit.
he's 25. Born
Okay,
in
bit older.
99.
Go Val. Val's older.
No, well, how old's Tom Dearden?
Yeah, well, he'll be young as
Val
well.
would be 20, at least
You wanna
26.
go, everyone
Val
who's
would
got-
have to be 28.
Yeah, he's 28. 1995.
Dearden, what's he, 24?
23, I reckon.
23.
Oh,
01.
my God.
He was born.
Ruben Cotter?
He'd be 24. 23, yes,
20
maybe.
25.
25.
Okay.
1998.
We don't need Ben Hunt. He's 34. Lindsay Collins. How many more years have we got of that fucking monster?
He'd be late 20s, wouldn't he?
28.
28. Okay. We got a while.
Sewer. I don't
He'd
know
be
how
older.
old Sewer
No,
is.
he's been around for a bit. He played at South.
He's
played for
26.
26.
Nanai's young. I think he's 23 as well, the cunt.
21.
Oh,
He was born in 2003.
What?
yuck!
He's 21.
Dude, that's the thing about these cunts. We're not getting rid of them. We need,
No.
we need to start grounding out some wins
yeah,
when we
I
can
know.
get them.
We do. Because we thought we were going to be able to do that when we had Turbo and Trell and that shit, and it all just didn't work out. All right? For whatever reason, it didn't work out for us.
Well,
And
we
that's
got
fine.
3. We got 3.
But we should have 10. It didn't work out, and that's okay. But these guys are too goddamn young. Pat Carrigan,
26.
okay. Harry Grant, he'd be 26, 27.
26.
26 is still young as fuck for Harry Grant.
How old's
dude.
Hopgood? 24?
25.
Okay.
Cobbo we've been through. Kafusi's fucking old as Methuselah. Piakura would be young, wouldn't he? Actually, don't know. how old he'd be.
Kafusi's 32. Piakura's 22.
Okay, and then Ezra. Ezra's young.
20?
21.
21, pup stuff, dude.
There's a lot of 21-year-olds in this side.
Yeah.
Actually, a fuckload.
Yeah.
That made me violently ill.
Yeah, that's hectic.
Bro, most of the side's 12 years younger than
Yeah.
me. Fucking 20 years younger than you.
Well, that's, I mean, I don't know, that was not fair, but it's true. I look the same age as them, though, whereas you, a lot of people have been pointing out now, you're basically 90-10, greater fucking brown. Are you prepared to admit it?
I don't care.
I'm just saying, are you prepared to acknowledge
We'd have to
that
do,
yet?
yeah, we'd have to do a count.
A count, would you?
Yeah, you'd have to count.
Individual hairs.
Well, that's the
Take
only
the
way
hat
you
off.
know.
Listen, I think you look great, but it is.
Thanks, buddy.
You are white as fuck.
There you
Can
go.
I hear Madge talk about why Jake's fucking made for New South Wales skip?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to this.
Also, so game ones in Sydney have only gone overs once since 2000.
It's not bad, Ed. I'm not doing it though.
We're having
And that was
two
back in
goes.
2010.
You're gonna do two big boys. I'm not going big on unders.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, Jakey, you see
Twist me
Jakey in
arm.
this jersey, and you can't ask for, much more
Tell me
when
that's not
Jake
Rod
talks
Laver.
about the jersey and the
Look at him
passion that he
holding
has for the blue jersey.
He's holding it.
And it's something there that I'm really keen to, I guess, from a team point of view. We're very fortunate we're in a big state, and there's a lot that goes on in the state. There's people out in the country, good times, tough times in the city, and I guess Jakey to me represents
Bit
a
of
lot of
bush
that
poet.
by the way he talks and the passion that he has towards what the jersey means. And
Bit of bush
it's something
poetry,
there
yeah.
when I've watched Jake for such a long period of time, and he wears his heart on his sleeve, and I think that resonates with our people in New South Wales. And so
Heaps,
that
our
really made
people.
the decision for me pretty easy. The fact that and I can't wait to sit next to him, and he'll probably show emotion at times, and he's a character, and I want that in a captain to show people that what this jersey really means. And everyone knows I've been out and talking to a lot of the old boys, and they're a big part of where I want to take the organisation and take this space, because you hear a lot of those guys talk about the jersey, and it's quite inspirational actually, that I've been fortunate to sit there and they talk about what that actually means, and the memories that they have of their teammates. And
pick that jersey up again, mate. I want him to come in it. That'd be nice. Press and just fucking nut into it.
All the boys nut into it.
No, just him here talking about it.
Just wipes his old fella.
Really? But
yes,
then you could just see the passion come out of him right there and then. Exactly the reasons why I wanted to go this way, is that he was that excited.
Fuck, that would have been a good call.
Wasn't sure where he sat, from a team point of view, but I think every time you see Jake wear the blue jersey, everyone can go, well, there's reasons why there's passion, there's reasons why people love playing with him. And he's one of those characters you love playing with him.
Dude, he's gonna get that fucking dressing room so jacked, bro.
Even the name Jake, I don't know if there's a more New South Wales sounding name. Like that name is just Jake. You know what I mean? Jake's a country boy, Jake's a city boy.
Mate, people rally behind people. And
we win game one.
How many Jakes do you reckon there are in the state of New South Wales? I'd say it's every third man.
Oh, there'd be a lot of Jakes.
There'd be a fuckload of Jakes. I had a Jake that lived next door to me when I was fucking a kid.
Jakes do a job too.
Yeah.
You can trust a Jake to do a job.
Fucking oath, yeah. Jakes do the job that they were asked to do.
No fuck-ups. Very few.
They don't complain. Like, I reckon Jakes per capita would probably be like SAS soldiers. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you got to like go through these grueling things. Jakes do it.
Well, they roll up the sleeves, Jakes. Tough hands, calloused.
You know, like a paper cut'd sink you or I, or at least it'd be enough where we'd be going, fuck this paper cut.
We'd talk about it.
We'd talk about it.
Yeah, yeah. But we've got soft podcasting hands. My name's Edward. It's not Jake.
Thomas.
You know, how many Edwards have led the state?
Probably none.
I don't reckon there'd be any.
I don't know if any Thomases have either, to be fair.
Has there any state captains named Edward? I guarantee there's not.
Edward Lloyd.
Edward Lloyd?
No.
Like, fuck. That guy gets paper cuts and whinges, goes home and cries.
Thomas William George Birmingham. That guy's a pussy.
Yeah. That Edward Lloyd, that guy's a little spoon. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's a little spoon. Yeah, big time. Yeah.
So I don't get it, but I get rugby. I get what I want. I get what I want.
Well, you know what you want, and you get what you want.
Yeah, and what I want is the side that we've rolled out, and what I'm going to do is pound New South Wales at $2.05 into the core of the earth.
I'm like anxious to do it because I don't want the odds to change.
I'm going to piss,
and then we
come back, and we're putting it on, and then we can just chill.
Then we can relax.
Yep.
Punters and Dribblers brought to you by Neds. You know the drill by now, and if you don't, then open your ear
buy
holes.
drills.
Shout out to Neds though, because they're just a massive fucking supporter of us. We wouldn't be able to do all the shit that we do without Neds, and we thoroughly enjoy using their services as well in a big, big way.
Yeah, we do. You know, if you were to eyeball New South Wales $2.05 and you think to yourself, Jesus, that needs a rugby league pounding, get on the Neds.
That's it. Get on the Neds. Follow our profiles. Get in there in the About Even chat group. The code is Dribbler. We'll see you in there. Go Neds. You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Punters and Dribblers, if that State of Origin chat got you fucking dripping, then it should also get you dripping for state politics, which we're also a huge fan of. Yeah. We absolutely love state politics. If you want to support the state politics, or you just want to support your state and everything in it generally, like, you know, maybe it's the verdant green valleys or the beaches, you know.
Yeah, the
people of New South Wales or Queensland. Hellosport.shop. Okay, we do have these fabulous jackets available. These are unbelievable for a cold day. Cody Totes over there wrapped up near to fucking death. He doesn't have his fineries on, so that would explain
why he's so cold.
That's right. And we're not. We look unbelievable.
Yep.
We look good and we feel good.
And we feel good and we are good.
Hellosport.shop if you've got passion for your state.
Yep. Should we talk a bit of rugby league, Edward? A little bit of just the round that was.
Can we do it on behalf of our good friends at KO?
Yes, we can.
Would that be okay if we do
Whomst we love.
Would that be okay?
Yeah, no, I think it's good.
Just a reminder, punters and dribblers, just a quick reminder that if you didn't have KO over the weekend, you would have missed 5 games. 5.
Could I ask a question as well?
5.
Is fucking Dustin Poirier fighting this weekend, or is that next weekend? What is that face you pulled there, Tobler?
My thinking face.
Don't like that.
That was awful. That was tough.
Take that off.
That was like that filter.
Take that off.
Yeah, that filter. It looks like you had plastic surgery. And
yep.
That was hard to watch.
Yeah, Islam Makhachev on Sunday versus Poirier. And Strickland Costa as well.
Fucking
Co-main.
oath. Well, that's all going to be available via like KO. That's how you get that fight.
It's the only place you can get it.
That's the only place you can get it.
Literally.
Dustin Poirier. Fuck, I hope he wins against Islam. I know that's not rugby league, but Jesus Christ, I want him to win.
We don't like Islam.
I don't not like Islam. We had Islam on the podcast.
No,
We
but you know
can't
what
say
I mean.
that.
No, but you know what I mean.
It's one of the fucking biggest
I
podcasts of all time.
do like Islam. I don't.
Russians pounded that
I don't
podcast
like him
into the
because of
core
what
of the earth.
because of what he did to our boy. That's all. That's just it.
And that's fair. That's fair to say. But he was a nice guy to us. We got a couple of chuckles out of it.
Mate, he was a lovely guy.
Mate, you're watching him get interviewed. It looked like it was.
No,
he
it
looked
came
like
out
death,
wrong.
and then
I
he came
do
and sat
like
with
him.
us,
I
and
just
we
am
got some
upset that he
chuckles
beat
out of him.
Volk badly last
Twice.
time they fought. No, the first one he sort of technically maybe won.
Well, no, I know that.
But he got absolutely pounded the second time.
Yes. Anyway, that's available this Sunday if you make smart decisions, which I will be. Someone's at the door.
2 secs.
He's getting lost in the curtains. Now, the Bulldogs beat the Dragons 44-12, Edward.
Shout out to Hectic Fred who came in for the live stream
Shout out
Thursday
to
night.
Hectic Fred for the live stream.
Unbelievable night of rugby league for all concerned. I'd like to say a special shout out as well, Tom, to the internet, which got into its rugby league work.
Yep.
Everyone's thrilled. Everyone's over the moon. Everyone's overjoyed.
Yeah, well, the streams are back. The internet's back.
Because the streams are back. Streams are back. We're streaming again this Thursday. We're streaming again next Wednesday. We're streaming, baby.
Yeah, we're back
We
streaming.
out here now.
We out here streaming. Hectic Fred joined us. Sebo joined us. If you don't know Hectic Fred, most of you probably will. Go check him out on TikTok, on Instagram. Give him a follow. Hectic Fred's the man. Thanks again for coming on. He also picked Jacob Preston. Basically was sucking him off as he scored. It was a great moment.
Big fan of Hectic Fred. Huge fan of his work.
What was running concurrently was potentially the greatest stream I've ever seen, and that was Mad Dragon.
Mad Dragon doing a solo session.
A solo stream.
By himself, out the back.
Real cam girl sort of stuff.
Real cam girl sort of stuff. Underneath the patio, the pool in the background, the
Get
famous
highlights
pool.
video up, please.
Roasty actually clipped something up into punters and dribblers of every time
It was just like, him losing it.
It was fucking gold.
It was fantastic. Do we have that, Tobler?
I'll look up that video now.
It is sensational stuff. Unbelievable. Just an unbridled Mad Dragon fucking losing it as his team gets pounded into the core of the earth. It's just the most phenomenal viewing of all time. Obviously that got some dinosaurs pumped up as well, Tom.
Well, listen, we were very happy to see the Dragon get called into Channel 9 yesterday to do the Sunday footy show. He was doing a cross from Perth. And obviously I tuned in because the Mad Dragon is fucking box office. And I got to be honest with you, they didn't know who they had on with them, and they conducted a really boring interview with a man that isn't boring. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? They were like, oh, you think fucking...
Well, I think that's probably the case of the producer going, this guy's box office teeing it up, and the host having no idea who the fuck he was.
Oh, yeah, who's your favourite player? Like, oh, yeah, would you think they need a team in Perth? It's like, the Mad Dragon, and I mean this with the utmost respect to the man, he's not brought on, like any of us, to be giving analysis or expert opinion. He's on there to be a psychopath, which is what he is.
At least they got a fire up out of him.
They did, but he was so loud that the sound cut out and you couldn't hear it.
There you go.
But, you need him on there. They didn't even play any of this stream, which is why they got him on there.
That's why the producer got him on
That's
there.
what I mean, right? Like, it was off the back of this fucking stream. They didn't even play a second of it. They played a couple of his clips. They played the backy into the water, which was nice, into the pool.
Again, but that's the producer teeing that up.
The producer was just needs to be like, we need to get this guy pissed off. They didn't even really ask him, how angry were you when your team sucked on the weekend? They didn't tee him up at all. It was so fucking infuriating. Let the Mad Dragon be the Mad Dragon. If you're going to use the Mad Dragon, let the man be the psychopath that he is.
Let him sing.
Let him sing. Now, 1:35 here from his live stream is just fucking brilliant.
Come on, boys! Go, boys! Through him, McGregor! Get him off! Over the tackle! fucking arm-grabbing bullshit from a weak-gutted dog. Disruptor! Yeah, Moses! Yeah, Moses! Come on! Are you fucking dog? There's only one movement. He grabs it, he throws him over the line. You are kidding, Badger. There's only one motion. Surely you can challenge that. Rubbish!
Dog's getting stressed out.
That was bullshit. Fuck! Where are the football gods? Football gods are dead. How long?
Where are the football gods?
Fourth fucking try. The Tom Eisenhuth has let in. Get rid of that prick. Okay? What are you even doing out there, Tommy? Fucking kill the stream. Hey, Mr. Goal. Yeah, something's going away. Let's hear that. Didn't even have a crack. Do something, you useless mother. Have a go. Try something. Try and win the game. No, just give up 5 here for a kick as the doggies march up field. The hell is wrong with you? Right. Fuck! 40-12, our season's over.
He's off. See you later.
Dude, like, I can't.
Mate, imagine being his
neighbour.
It would be... That's like a long night on the tools if you're a
Dude,
neighbour.
if that was your neighbour, you'd be going, shut the fuck up. Now, I am stoked that he's got some tolerant neighbours or they've got soundproof glass. But, like, that's what you want Mad Dragon for.
It's unbelievable. Un-fucking believable.
That's what you want.
That's as good as you get.
That's as pure as it gets.
Shout out to Mad Dragon.
Shout out to Mad Dragon.
For doing it.
But the dogs beat the fuck out of the Dragons. I mean, sure, Dragons are shit again, which is good, but like...
They're awful.
Dogs are actually pretty good.
They're getting better.
Dogs are getting better. Dogs are in top 8?
Matty Burton, sensational. Are they in the 8 now?
I think they were in the top 8.
No, they're 10th with us.
I was going to say.
Well, no, they're
Christ.
10th.
Oh, no,
with
sorry,
us.
10th, we're 9th.
We're 9th. Cows hump the Tigers. I saw this coming. Cody
Did you?
Totes
You had a 13-plus bet on.
on the cows. Oh, yeah, no, that was only just good vibes. I had fucking like 400 cows try scorers in my about even. That was just positive, friendly vibes from our Friday lunch.
Okay.
Mate, it's $10. You know, you get on there with Cody Totes, fucking Felix super high on the bloody Tigers.
And Tobler.
And Tobler.
Big sniff out value.
Yeah, he's a big value sniffer.
I love to go through his bet slips.
Dude, him going to the game, him going to the Manly fucking, him going to the Manly Storm game afterwards with D or Dave, and he sends her a photo. I'm like, the most pissed looking cunt in the world is Tommy Tobler right now.
Oh, really?
Dude, look at his eyes.
Oh, the photo was,
The one he sent on WhatsApp, dude. You were fucking off your guts.
Me great.
Did you have a good time, mate?
Great time. Great to see D or Dave back at the
How
hill.
is the little lefty?
Look at his eyes.
Mate, he's good. He's going well.
Look at his eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Tobler's fucking hammered there.
Good on you, Tobler. He's going well?
Yeah, he's going well.
Dave wearing his baggy.
Liking his new job. He got recognised a few times. A lot of dribblers giving him shit.
Yeah, he's wearing his baggy.
Were you
green.
cut?
Was I cut?
Yeah, but he was getting recognised and you weren't.
No, they were recognising
Yes,
me
you
as
were.
well.
No, you were getting cut.
We were both getting recognised. He was more cut after a big famous win. It was awesome. Copped so much shit sucked in, Dave.
So the Tigers suck. The St. George Illawarra Dragons suck. Tell you who doesn't suck. Manly Seagulls.
Yeah, led by 2 state skippers in Daly Cherry Evans and Jake Jaboyevich, who scored a try.
Gritty.
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 I tell you who got my penis up and about? Lehigh Hopewadi. Now, Tommy out. Stubby Cola out. Not to mention Lachlan Croker out. That's 2, 3. You could argue 3 spine players out, sort of. Also, we're missing...
I'd argue it.
Huh?
I'd argue it.
We're also missing who's got the hair transplant, lips,
Lodge.
fakies, etc. Matt Lodge. We're missing fucking lots of players, dude. And Lehigh Hopewadi comes in and
Lips,
puts on
fakies, etc.
Puts on one of the great performances at Lehigh. Ran hard, tackle hard, 2 try assists, no misses. Got absolutely folded by a Sofa Solomona.
He just a round of applause to John Hopewadi
Yeah.
and his lovely wife. I don't know her name. They just keep rolling them out.
Dude, that's now
Just
4
keep rolling
sons
them out.
and a daughter.
Just keep rolling out rugby league prodigies, mate. You know, kids that can play the game of rugby league and do an absolute
They've
job.
also all played for Manly.
All of them?
Every single one.
Love that. So he does it for us.
Wait, double check Jamil. Maybe he hasn't. Big House Jamil. Don't know if he has.
Big House Jamil, no? Okay.
I don't know if he started with Manly or not. I feel like he did.
You knew we were going to win the game with Jake Cross.
Yeah, he did for a little bit.
Yeah, played a couple of games. Yeah, fucking oath. Mate, even when Benny did. Benny went over because it was tight early, dude. And Daly's kicking was great. Like, we were just keeping him pinned in the corner. And then it was our little mate, our little six, Lukey Brooks, puts Benny through a hole. And then Benny still had some work to do, and he just gassed it over.
He's got a set of legs on him, doesn't he?
And you know what? Like, the Storm without Munster, but the Storm's still good. Like, they were a good rugby league
Jerome was
side.
playing?
That's what I mean, though. They were playing well. They were as depleted as we were.
Next man up sort of
well.
stuff.
But you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't a team where...
It's the Storm, mate.
It's Storm.
Fucking Melbourne. Let's not sit here and pretend like we're playing the Tigers, for God's sake.
We were doing our
weren't.
best to lose the game, though. I'm just glad
But we didn't.
We didn't.
We hung on. At the end, I know how this ends.
Yeah.
But I was pleasantly surprised.
I was very pleasantly surprised.
Pleasantly surprised. The last 15 minutes were tough.
They were very tough.
A really tough watch.
Yep.
But, again, particularly the last 5. But again, cream rises and all that.
Pleasant.
Very pleasant. A pleasant win.
A pleasant win. We now have the bye, which is nice. Get a bit of a rest.
That's pleasant.
That's pleasant, dude. During Origin as well, it's like, let's just give us
really
a rest.
Pleasant. Just let us...
Put the feet up. Have a bit of a breath. That's our
just let us relax.
first or second bye of the year. I can't remember.
First time. We haven't had one yet.
But it's like, it also comes in a good time for us where it's like, I actually hate when Manly's not playing on a weekend. I don't know what to do. So it's nice that at least we have State of Origin to sort of...
Very, very pleasant.
Actually, we don't do State of Origins the following week. You get what I'm saying?
No, so next weekend we just have a nice break.
At least we got some fights on.
We've got 5 games of rugby league, though, so that's pretty good. And then the week after, we've got
Penrith.
Penrith, but we like
Sunday,
that.
4 o'clock.
Penrith, they're vulnerable outside of Origin.
They are. And they're also scared of us now because we fucking humped them early on in the year. But just a good, honest win from Manly. I'll be honest with you, Eddie, I didn't see a single fucking moment of the Roosters beating the Raiders. Like, not a thing, not a highlight, not a nothing.
I had it on. I was at the pub. I was at the Nelson enjoying a few stouts. So it was on when I was there. The Roosters just in a fucking mood now. Worth acknowledging that the Roosters this year are a rugby league side that are prepared to play a lot of rugby league.
Yep.
They're just fucking good. Joseph Manu's an absolute sick puppy.
I got a question.
Yep.
Do you think that you would consider this, again, I don't know whether something happened, but consider it a bad beat that the Roosters put on 44 rugby league points and Dommy Young doesn't go over? Now, did he get injured?
A horrific beat.
Did he get injured?
I actually checked. I thought he'd scored.
I was a Dommy Young away.
I thought you were up and about. I checked. No.
Yeah, no.
Incorrect.
No, he played the full game.
Joe, I don't.
Manu got 2, I think.
That's probably why.
I think Manu got 2.
It's like when Manu can smell tries in the water, he's not fucking giving the ball up to anyone. And I fucking hate that. I mean, I respect him. He's scoring tries, but I hate it for me. Crichton got over. Love him.
I had Hudson Young last try score when he scored in the 48th minute. I go, is it possible that no one will score for 32 minutes? 22 minutes, rather. No, 32. It wasn't possible.
No, not possible.
It wasn't possible. That's okay. The Roosters are a fucking good side this year. It fucking annoys me to say it, but they are.
Mate, like when you look at, say, like the Broncos.
And then Tedesco, he's not fucking playing Origin anymore.
But when you look at the Broncos losing to the Titans, when you're like, Penrith still seem to be pretty good, even though they lost to the fight. You know, they still seem to be like the team to beat. You're like, who's maybe the other person if the Broncos aren't there? The Roosters look like they could be there. They look like a team good enough that they could be there, outside of Manly.
Mate, the Roosters, credit where credit's due, look fucking phenomenal.
They do.
They're absolutely humming right now, and all their players, all their big names are playing really well.
Yep.
Sam Walker with the beard's been revolutionary. Kiri's rock solid. Tedesco had a fucking good game. Slips, really good game.
Only one slip. 1.5 slips.
There you go. Angus Crichton's playing the best footy he has in fucking forever. Joseph Manu getting better and better. Fine wine sort of stuff. Suoleti, another year under the belt, playing Rockstar Rugby League. They're very fucking good. Which annoys me because I hate the Roosters implicitly.
Hate them. Like the players. Hate the club. We move on.
Raiders never in it.
No.
Absolutely humped to death.
You then have an absolute
42-0.
42-0.
Shout out to Rando. I actually regret something. Can I tell you what I do? What I regret? I regret not hearing a stat like that. Sharks 0-5 on 25th of May, 3 times to the Panthers, and not tripling that bitch. You triple that. That's something you triple. $2.50,
But it's
$2.40.
It's rando. That's the only problem. But yeah, I get it.
No, but Rando goes, you're a third of the time that Brian Toto scores. Sure, that's something. That's one thing.
And it was his birthday.
This is another thing.
Yeah.
That's a powerful statistic.
Oh, I'm hearing you. I had him winning the Panthers, but I had some dumb try scorers in there that didn't come off.
I had some stupid. What did I have? Edwards and someone. Can't remember.
He scored, but I had someone from the Sharks.
I had
Katoa, so not dumb.
I had Katoa.
Yeah,
Katoa and Edwards.
Humping.
But you also didn't. I don't think anyone expected 42-0.
Well, the thing is as well, right, with the Sharks,
42-0 is outrageous.
Nico Hines is not the only reason for that, and that's again just like a big on the Sharks premiership threats. Obviously, Nico Hines is your number one halfback, and you are going to struggle to score points. But you let in 42 rugby league points. You are not it. You're not him. The Sharks are not him.
Okay, that's very Gen Z of you saying that.
Yeah, I know.
And I respect you keeping up with the kids.
I'm a young dude. No cap.
Let's go back to
no cap, dude. No cap. Sharks aren't him.
No cap. Let's go back to Ben Porter, friend of the show's little statistic.
What do you think about that, Cody?
The Sharks
that sounded pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I was sick.
Yeah, thanks, man. You need to use your microphone maybe once in your fucking life as well, mate. Look at him over there, sick and hungover.
It was sick, dude.
Thanks,
Scat near to death.
Okay.
The Sharks' last 10 games this season, only one of them is against the current top 8 side, the Knights. That tells you all you need to know. They got fucking pumped on the weekend, and I think we can all admit
they aren't him.
That when the whips are cracking in September, the Sharks ain't him. And I expect, you want to hear a prediction?
Mm-hmm.
Loss.
No cap?
No cap. Loss, no cap. That's what the kids say.
That's it for the Sharks, dude. No cap. Sharks loss into the finals.
Sharks loss. Hate September.
Yeah.
And when you get pumped by the premiership favourites, 42 zip, you shit, no cap.
Sorry, dude. Shit, no cap. Now, two shit sides, Rabbitohs and the Eels. Hamish Street in a rugby league chat group said he's officially done supporting the Eels for the year. Now, that's just to give you an idea of what a fucking weak-gutted dog he is.
Yeah, because he's fucking pathetic. Old Wikipedia supporter.
Yeah. That's it. Google fucking...
Old Wikipedia street.
Google Eels facts and then regurgitate them to make it look like you go for your team.
Of course he's fucking bailed on them after 12 rounds. Of course he has. He's got no stones, no cojones. 42-26. At certain points, it looked like the Rabbitohs would cough up lead after lead after lead.
Yeah, they were trying to lose.
They were trying to lose. Very nervous if you triple staked him with an AJ. Real nervous stuff. But you come out of it with 10 fucking units, so you're happy as Larry.
Yeah, that's a good win. Sebo got on that as well, didn't he?
He did. He followed me.
That's
he was whinging all last week after Cody Walker got knocked out. He goes, "That's my season, bro. That's my season. I'm done. It's my season. It's over. It's over." I'm like, the game hasn't been played yet, mate, and they're playing the Eels. So just woo the fuck up.
Calm down.
Woo up.
Did you have AJ and Cody and you just... Did you have AJ and Cody in your bet?
No, it was just AJ
right.
and it was like $9.5 units I got, I think.
That's nice. That's a good scrape.
How good's that?
That's a great scrape. Yeah, that's a good scrape. Shout out to Neds. Just quickly, back on the Dragons, and I don't understand this feature entirely, and this is not an ad, so do not take it as such. You know, on the stream, I went reasonably heavy at the Dragons in the underdog to win. Mm-hmm. I got paid out. They lost. It was an early payout. I don't understand.
Because if your team was up by 6 at halftime, which the Dragons were, sometimes Neds, even if at halftime, if you're up by 6 points, on a head-to-head direct
bet. Were they up
bet,
by 6 at the half?
Yeah.
12-6.
Oh, there you go.
But so I looked at my account and I go, what in the fucking Father Christmas is this?
That's what it is.
Fuck. But do they just pick and choose randomly when they're going to do it? Or is it like we're going to do it in this game? Or is it like...
I think it's like a
Thursday,
Thursday,
probably
Friday
the
night
Friday
thing.
games.
If your team's up by 6 at halftime and loses, or just up by 6 at halftime...
Just up by 6, they'll pay out at halftime.
Oh, fuck me, dude. Shout out to Neds. Not an ad. Not an ad.
All the bookies used to do that. Used to be a little bit of arbitrage floating around for those that knew how to take advantage of certain things.
I didn't, and I don't. But I was very pleased. I go, this isn't my account. Why have I got all this money in here?
Was it up to a certain amount?
Don't know.
There is a limit on it.
Yeah, there would be.
I'm sure there would be. Not on what I put on. Clearly the limit's more than what I put on there. I was very excited.
Wow.
I was an excited little boy.
Well, I mean, what you would have been paid out to a certain amount.
I was paid out the full whack.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Now, very shocking here. And I got to say, if you're a Titans fan, if you're Clarkie's column sitting there playing with your Willie at the desk watching this game,
it only took. Listen,
you got to be happy to be a Titan. You got to be.
You got to be absolutely frothing. 42,000 at the game too. That's massive. We love to see that. Des has got the boys up and about now.
People weren't like
it takes time to understand the ways of the mad scientist, but you'll get there eventually.
You just gotta let Des get his talons into you, and then you realise, Des gets players believing in themselves, gets them playing good, honest, hard rugby league football. But Des also immerses himself in the place he goes. Des is a Gold Coast boy now. He's Gold Coast Des.
He is Gold Coast Des. And he's too good a coach for them to be that shit because they've got a reasonable side.
Well, dude, they actually it's reasonable. It's okay, but
it wasn't one win in fucking 10 games.
No. But they've also got is Foran still out or is he playing? But like AJ out, Campbell out, Tino out for the season, Foran potentially out there.
I don't think
he didn't come back for this one.
So Foran's still out. I
think he's due back this week.
But so the team is relatively, no disrespect, who's who of who he is, and they just
beat the Broncos. Very impressive
at home, mate. Points are plenty, 36-34, but
70 points. No Reece Walsh.
Yeah, he played.
As in, it's 70 points. You don't get a Reece Walsh.
Score, no.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Those that had David Fafita will be kicking themselves. You know, if you had Mam into Fafita at 12s or something, you'd be annoyed.
Or if you had Mam and Walsh doubles, which is,
silly,
stupid, then you'd also
love
be
a
upset.
double.
I do.
I love it when you put doubles on.
Mate, I hit doubles.
Once.
Well, it was a good one.
Olam.
Thank you so much. Biggest bet of the year? No, Ruse got me. Anyway.
Very, very, very impressive.
Stay patient, Titans fans, even though you don't need to be that patient because it's happening now, but patient-ish.
Can I get bold and beautiful with you, if you don't mind? Mm-hmm. Do you want to get bold and beautiful with you, mate?
Dude.
As the dust settles on the frantic start of another rugby league season in earnest, and I say that because we're now entering Origin period, so season one
of the season is
done.
finished.
There's 3 seasons, and there's finals.
4 seasons.
I think 4 seasons, much like the seasons of Earth, Mother Earth. I think we can all agree that it is highly likely that the West Tigers win another spoon.
Yeah. Yep.
I drew that out a little bit longer than I intended to. I just forgot the name of the club.
Well, that speaks to Spoon as well.
I think now with the Rabbitohs getting rid of Demetrio, they've come out the other side of the bullshit. They've got too many weapons in the duffel to get the spoon. I think this is set up perfectly for West Tigers to get another spoon, and for the unfortunate result that we all wanted Benji to avoid because we respect him so much happening in front of our eyes. And it's just another reminder, maybe throwing someone into a shit club like that with no cattle really, who's never coached fucking jack shit, is not going to go that well. No, but it's not Benji's fault. It's not his, exactly, it's not his fault. But he's not coached before.
No, but it's not Benji's fault now.
But it's going to come across that way.
Well, listen, Bulldog Richie's going to do his best to blame Benji for every single thing that happens wrong at the club for some reason. Doesn't like Benji, doesn't like the hotness of him. Maybe that's sort of it. You know what I mean? Jelly of Benji's looks.
All I'm saying is it's not.
The club's just not that good. The team's not that good. Unfortunately, they are looking pretty close to a spoon. What's the ladder set telling us? Who's in and around that spoon contention?
So Rabbitohs and Tigers are
obviously
at the bottom.
Who's the next?
Eels and Titans.
Titans won't. Eels won't, but they could.
Moses will come back.
Yeah,
He'll be all right.
Yeah.
And then it's Warriors, Dragons, Cowboys.
It's actually really tough.
Bruh, I'm being serious. If you have a fair income look at it.
What are they paying right now?
A fair income look.
Tigers are $2.
Yeah. See, the bookies know. It's Rabbitohs have got too many good players. It's not going to happen.
No.
And the Titans, Dez has fucking got them humming now. They just beat the Broncos at fucking Suncorp.
Who is dead last right now?
Rabbitohs.
By 2 points.
By 2 points, yeah. Like if the Rabbitohs play the Tigers 3 times this year, the Rabbitohs win every single game.
It's almost over.
Yeah.
Tigers, another spoon.
You've got another spoon.
No, Rabbitohs and Tigers are tied points. It's just on
they're tied. Even worse.
Yeah, okay.
Even worse.
Tough. How are you over there, mate? You look like a teenager who's not happy to be on the family holiday.
No, I'm good. I'm good. It is, look, I can't argue too much with the spoon chat, though. But
Full of words today, aren't you?
Yeah, wow, okay. Hey, good contribution there, mate.
For what it's worth.
Glad we gave you that mic.
For what it's worth, I do feel like, given the situation, going for our third spin in a row, but I feel the most positive and confident in the club as I have over the last 5 to 10 years.
So you're moving in the right direction.
I still think I'm moving in the right direction.
Yeah, just your finger in the bottom of your shoe. I was like, don't. For your own sake, there's poo. That could be poo.
Could be mud.
It could be mud, but do you want to run that risk? Lick it then.
You lick it.
I'm not licking it.
How much would you have to be paid to lick it?
I'm not doing it.
No, but how much?
I wouldn't.
You would for a certain number.
What would you
do
do
it for?
for?
$1 billion you would do it.
Would you do it?
What would I do it for? Lick the bottom of that if it was maybe
You'd
shit.
be doing it for you'd do it for $300.
Probably.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
I'll give you $300 if you lick your shoe.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I will. I swear to God, I'll give you $300 if you. But you got to proper lick it. You.
Nah.
You got to try and get it off.
Oh, I'm not trying to get that off. Because then you got to get in. You got to.
That's
a
what
quick
$300
lick's a
yeah.
bit different.
Then $300 gets you. Sorry, Cody. What the fuck were you talking about?
That's all right. No, the Tigers chat was boring. Anyway.
No, listen, it wasn't. It was
obviously was.
Well, Eddie was touching shit on the bottom of his shoe. I just saw it. So you're positive. You think this is the most positive you have been about your club?
I feel the best about the club as I have in a long time.
That's
even though you're going to win 3 spoons in a row.
Yeah.
That's tough. That's tough, isn't it?
Do you feel sorry for Benji Marshall?
Are
you as a club almost feel intent on just making him feel as awful as possible at all times?
At points it has seemed like that, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
Well, ever since he won you the comp in 05, it's pretty much been let's fucking bash Benji.
Yeah, Operation Disrespected Great.
It has. Yeah.
That's weird.
He's been treated really poorly over the years, and I do agree with that.
Just another chapter.
Anyway, tough to be a Tigers fan.
I just felt like saying that. And again, it's not. I like a lot of your players, and I like Benji.
You guys are nice guys as well.
I'm merely pointing out what I see after the settling of the first season of rugby league this season. If you know what I mean.
Warriors needed a win over the Fish at home, Edward. Warriors needed a win over the Fish, and they got a win over the Fish. But they needed the win over the Fish.
They've got 2 back-to-back juicy wins, juicy dubs.
Yep.
As they refer
Have
to
the
them.
Wars turned a corner? I don't know. They dropped Adam Fanua-Blake for being a naughty boy.
Define turned a corner. They are not. I don't think the Warriors make the 8 this year. Full stop.
Well, so then you would argue they haven't turned a corner.
I don't think they will.
They've got some injuries.
They will win games of rugby league, Tom. There will be games that they win. They will not make the 8.
I think they could make the 8.
I don't think they will.
You look at some of those teams. Can you get the ladder up, please, Tobler?
I don't think they will make the 8, though. That's what I'm saying.
No, I hear that. I hear you. I definitely hear you.
I want you to hear me,
I'm
Tom.
hearing you. But, so who's in the 8 right now? I think the Knights can drop out. I think the Raiders will drop out of the top 8, or at least they definitely can. I wouldn't be shocked, no disrespect, if the Fish tumble out of the 8. Just start there. Then you've got Manly, obviously, will win the comp, but you've got where are the Warriors? The Warriors could definitely get in there. The Dogs could get in there. Titans could get in there.
If you're going to put 3 sides
Cowboys
up, if you're going to put 3 sides up,
we'll put 4. Let's take 4. Let's say 4.
Well, you can't take 4. You can take 3 out of the 8.
So we could definitely take Dolphins, Knights, Raiders.
So that's 3. You're not taking more than that, I don't think.
No.
You put Eagles, Bulldogs are going real well, and then it's either Cows or Warriors.
But you could also say Bulldogs won't make it and go
I
Warriors.
think the Bulldogs would make it. I would put the Bulldogs over the Warriors in terms of teams that would go up.
Right now.
Yes.
But
they're playing nice rugby league.
What's the ceiling? I think the ceiling of the Warriors when playing well is better than the Bulldogs at current, this year. The Warriors have good players. They've got some injuries. I don't know what their injury sitch is in terms of when they all come back. but like RTS.
But even they were fucking shit even when they were uninjured. They haven't been going that well.
They started off well. They started off the season okay, and everyone was like, "Oh, they've picked up." Like
That was months ago.
sure, but it means you can get back there potentially. I just am saying, listen, I like the Dogs. I like them. I actually would like to see it be Warriors, Dogs, Manly. Get in there. Fuck the Cowboys.
The Warriors have a pretty good run home, and SJ's due back from injury in about round 15.
The run home with Joel and Fletch. What is their run home with Joel and Fletch?
How many rounds do you want? Where do you want from?
Well, you're the one
I'm
telling me
looking
to
at
run
it from
home.
about round 50.
So run us home. Well,
John.
that's a fair run. That's 12 rounds.
Yeah, give us the run home.
The run home. So after
John
the round
Fletch.
13 bye,
Huh?
after the round 13 bye,
Yep.
which is this week, they've got Melbourne and Broncos at some point across the next.
Oh,
5
so
weeks.
we're running them home from here.
What do you want me
With
to?
Joel and Fletch, mate. Every time you say it.
But their last 8 games are Canberra, Tigers, Para, Dolphins, Manly, Bulldogs, Sharks. So they don't
Canberra-
really verse any of the top 4 teams.
Yeah, that's not
And
bad.
Sharks are overrated, so that's pretty good.
That is actually pretty good.
And then in round 14, they're expecting back Berry, Capewell, Egan, AFB, Tohu Harris, Johnson, Chance,
Cunt, that's a fair few outs.
and then Roger in round 17. So
That's a
they're
fair
expecting a
few
shitload
outs,
of players
dude.
back.
A lot of outs. We'll see.
I just think with those outs, you can definitely see them turning it around.
We've got to turn outs into ins, though.
Okay. But like the Dogs don't have like a massive run of outs. Like the Dogs are
We got to turn outs into ins, though.
Kickout has just been ruled out for 6 weeks, by the way.
huge. Dude.
That's huge out.
That's a huge out.
Who
6
have the
weeks.
Sharks got this Thursday?
Eels.
Eels on Thursday night for the stream.
And Moses not back? Because you think about pounding the Eels, don't you?
What's
Just over.
that? Well, they won't give us the odds proper until.
I think Moses and Gutho are both potentially back this week.
If Moses plays, you fucking load the fuck up on the Eels.
Also, there was the Trent Barrett of probably can't coach for him. There's a chance that he keeps Blaze Talangi at fullback when Gutho comes back. He's like, I'm ready to make
Gutho
some
to the
moves.
centres.
Yeah.
Yep, so Gutho, Ryan
I'm a
Madison,
big Blaze
and Moses
guy.
are all due back this week.
$2.65 for the Eels, $1.45 for the Sharks. That's obviously pre-teams being named.
If Moses comes in, they get fucking chopped.
Sure, yeah. So you almost want to get on them beforehand, don't you? We don't want to. We're getting fucking slap happy on the show today, aren't we?
Well, but mate, we're starting to fucking feel ourselves.
Yeah,
bro.
we
We're
are.
starting to touch
but
ourselves.
the problem is, this is also bye round Origin Rugby League this weekend. So like, who are the Sharks?
Yeah,
got
by
in
round,
Origin?
who's supposed to win?
Sharks have got.
Who's supposed to win?
I know.
That's why it's
Sharks
set
have
up.
got Nico out. They've also got Boots McInnes out. Is there anyone else the Sharks have? That's it, I think.
Mate, it's opposite round.
I actually think you probably get on the Eels now.
Well, the
Yes,
Eels
at
are
265.
But then it's like, it's the Eels, dude. The Eels are missing Hopgood.
Well, we're hoping that Moses comes back.
Who are the Eels going to be missing? Hopgood. Is that it?
Moses and
Look,
Gutho.
if Moses doesn't play, they can't win, I don't think.
No.
But if he does, we're betting on whether he plays or not. That's what we're betting
Yeah,
on.
we need
which
some
seems
insider.
very.
We need some insider trading sort of
That's
stuff.
just like we're just slapping the pokes now, aren't we?
Yeah, which I don't think is smart. That's not how you.
That's dumb. That's dumb. Let's.
I
blow
wonder
up.
if you can like do the betting agencies get the team list before, or could you literally have the bet loaded up, team list Tuesday drops, bang, bet on.
I bet you they get them before. I bet you they get them before. All right.
No, you
Thanks,
can pass
Kayo.
it. Thank you, Kayo. Love you, Kayo. Punters and Dribblers, we are brought to you by the best rosé in town. That is Big Day Rosé. And for the final time this year, there is a sale going on.
Yeah, there is.
And by this year, I mean this vintage.
As in, well, yeah, this vintage.
That's what I mean.
This fin year.
This fin year.
Code is Manly. You get $50 off every single case. So if you get 2 cases, you get $100 off. Does that make sense? It should. This is the last time you can use the code this week, punters and dribblers. So you move.
HelloSport.shop. Shout out to Big Day.
Move.
Have you seen, Eddie? Now, I'm going to send this video to one Tommy Tobler. And I mean, I ask you this already knowing you have seen it, but only because you just showed it. You saw it fucking 2 seconds ago. And I said, save it for the show. This being the show. I've just put the link in the WhatsApp.
Is this what
Top Yeah.
It's fucking good gear.
Tell you what, Conor McGregor, I believe he's in Monaco. I'm not sure whether he's there for he may not be in Monaco, to be honest. He might be in Ireland. But I just got the vibe that he was in Monaco for the Formula One. He is, what's the date today?
27th of May.
He is a month and 2 days away from his fight with Michael Chandler. And this is him. Can we get some volume on it, please, Tobler? Him in the nightclub hooking up with his missus.
With his shirt off.
With his shirt off.
She's licking him and shit.
Yeah. And he's like... They look like they are off their fucking heads, dude.
Couple of comments. Bro's in his John Jones era.
Conor reinventing
Except
fight
John
camp.
never lost. Bet the mortgage on Chandler.
Seriously, while we're
Let me have a
gambling
look.
here,
I bet he's come all the way in.
yeah, dude, he'd have to, right?
I bet he's come all the way
He'd
in.
have to.
Let me have a little gander here. The kid doesn't give a fuck, does
That's
he?
what I'm trying to...
He's $1.87. His favourite, Conor McGregor.
What's Chandler?
$1.94.
Oh, not enough. But, like, there was a video. He did an interview the other day on MacLife.
But you can get okay, Chandler knockout, $2.75.
That's pretty good. He did an interview on the MacLife a couple of weeks, or maybe it was last week. And at one point he's like, I'm in fight camp mode now. I can abstain. I know how to do it.
There's a reason that everyone craps on about silk pajamas and all that. Like,
he can't say no.
He can't say no.
Unless he's sober here, which would be absolutely mind-blowing.
Well, maybe he could be. He doesn't look sober. He's got his shirt off and shit again, and he looks like he's off his guts.
His missus is licking him and shit. Like,
she looks like she's off her guts as well. Again, the heyday of Conor McGregor is fast approaching 10 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
Or it was 10 years ago.
Well, 2016 was when he beat Eddie Alvarez.
It's 2024. When did he beat Aldo? Was that 2014?
December 2015.
So 8.5 years ago.
I've just found this, Tobler. This is based in the first 30 seconds of this interview. Just get it up. But yeah, no, it's been 10 years since he was anywhere near the best fighter in the world.
Since then, he's made more money than you could spend in a lifetime, and he clearly doesn't give a fuck.
But he must give a fuck to a degree. Like, what I'm confused about is if you're his wife, are you not like, dude, you got to fucking fight?
Yep, yeah! Round of applause. Look at that. Not a chink in the armor, my man. Look, cream, top to bottom. Incredible.
Half the stick just...
I'll just have a whiff of it. That'll do me, yeah. Yeah. Because it works, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, I seen someone, it was like doing like a wake up, smelling the plates and all
Hooker
that.
does the same. Dan Hooker smells drinks before
Does he,
fight.
yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Instead of actually drinking them,
Yeah.
obviously, yeah. There you go.
Well, it depends if the
You know,
cameras are rolling or not, then you might change his
I've had a fair few drinks, over my time, so I can abstain from it wholeheartedly and say, no, it's time to train and dial in. So I'm happy out. I'm in a great spot, my man. Not a bother on me.
Unless he wasn't drinking. But surely he wouldn't go
Bullshit.
out to a club.
It's just like, what the fuck is going on here? Unless he is just, what?
Why would he go out to a club in a camp? You wouldn't. Would you?
Well, fucking, if you're him, maybe you do. You don't give a fuck, dude.
Well, he's done it, right? What I'm trying to say is he obviously doesn't really give a fuck.
But if you're his missus and you know that he's going, there's like no one who seems to work harder than Michael Chandler. Like, all he does is exercise. Like, that guy just goes for it. And you're coming up against Michael fucking Chandler here. It's not
surely it's 5 rounds.
Yes, of course. I just am like, if your loved one is going into a fight and then they're out getting fucked up, you're not a bit like, hey, dude, like, let's maybe not go out and get completely lit when you're about to have a huge comeback fight, legacy, all that shit. Like, what are you doing?
And it's definitely recently?
Dude, yeah. Like, there's a... Can you get his...
Been validated?
Go to his Instagram and get it up so we can see it. Because there's like a photo of him in that shirt. Like, I don't know where he is. Maybe that'll give us an idea. But, like, that's the shirt he's wearing where he's like, fucking...
We've heard rumours about this before. Supposedly he was playing up in the Khabib camp as well.
Yeah, it seems like that's all he does now. Like, what about after... Remember that video that came out after when he was doing the promotional shit for...
oh, bruh.
For what's
for
it
that
called?
movie.
It was the movie Roadhouse. And he's, like, sitting there, like, twitching and shit.
Well, he's on a Larry, I reckon. I don't think he slept in that video.
I've never been on a Larry, and I'm not saying, obviously, we would never have been on a Larry the likes of a Conor McGregor one, but, like, where you would just even, like...
He's, like, antsy. No, he's antsy. He's, like... He's probably stinging for another one.
That's just absurd. That's absurd.
He's off... Well, I don't know. I don't know how else to explain what you see in that video. Oh, is that the same shirt?
So this is the Black Forge Inn, where I think he was having, like, a proper whiskey event night.
Well, he owns that.
Yeah, okay, so he's at his pub.
Yeah. And the missus is wearing the same dress.
Yeah, so this is it. He already looks like
he put
he's
up this a day ago.
He already looks like he's off his head.
What do you say if he's not drinking?
If he's then he is the most socially free human being I've ever seen to be like behaving like that.
But he's got that in him, I think.
Yeah, I don't know that he has that sort of that I don't believe so.
So you reckon in the middle of a fight camp 5 weeks out, you go to your own pub and get off your guts?
No, I don't think that's what you should do. I think that's what Conor does. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a man that doesn't give a fuck.
Seemingly, or he's got a problem, but his wife doesn't seem to care.
Or he's not drinking.
Or he's not drinking, and the man's just super free and relaxed.
And wild and free.
And like the only person who doesn't drink to fucking make himself feel like a little bit more relaxed in a social setting.
He might, because he's a million miles an hour all the time. Maybe he's just like that. Maybe. Maybe. We don't know for sure.
But is this Streety explaining away every fucking misstep Conor McGregor
I don't
has?
give a shit. I'm merely saying that it is possible. That's all I'm saying.
Of course it's possible.
We'll find out, won't we, when he
Fucking
fights
hope he
Chandler in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And if he beats the fuck out of him, we could probably go, yeah, he probably was.
Yeah,
he probably was just wild and free.
Yeah, he was just wild. Yeah. As in if Conor beats the fuck, but if Chandler beats the fuck, yep.
You go, well, maybe he's off his guts.
Yeah. That's all I've got, mate.
I've got stout on the mind, bro.
You do.
Fuck, I've got stout on the mind.
Maybe we should get some kind of stout, see if it makes us fucking...
We should try it.
Lick each other.
And hook up?
Yeah, hook up.
Imagine we just started tonguing each other.
That'd be a tough watch, wouldn't it? That'd be a tough watch.
Not for everyone. Some people might quite like it.
Yeah, I know, but I think it'd probably throw a lot of people off.
Do you reckon our missos would like it if we started hooking up?
Yeah,
Do you reckon they'd find that hot?
No, I don't know they would like that. But they might. I mean, that's a horses for courses situation.
Who am I?
Tobler.
Don't you mean Johnny?
No, you did it on the weekend as well.
Yeah.
So you've been doing a lot. Yeah,
Tobler
that's
thinking.
Tobler.
Tobler fucking... when Tobler actually, like when the real Tobler comes out, he tries to suppress it.
Probably for the best.
Huge
for
wrecking.
everyone's sake.
Huge wrecking.
Hello, partners and dribblers. It is MM here. All this talk of the marathon coming up, it's made me think. When you think of the big names of marathon around the world, who do you think of? You think of Birmingham, Simpson, Tobler, Kipchoge. Now, what I want to know is, since now recently deceased Dior is gone, I want to know, will Cody Totes be the next Hello Sport member to complete the big wrath of doing a marathon? Or could it be Willie Birmingham? Radio, see ya.
It's a great question.
Would I be the next to do a marathon?
Yeah.
When is it?
September 15th.
You've definitely got time.
You have 16 weeks.
I would consider doing it.
That's a yes in my book.
That was absolutely a yes. Cody Totes, the
Cody
next
Totes,
one to
the
do
next
it.
marathon man.
Fuck yeah, Totes! Yes! Huge from the goats.
son.
Let's Oj, bruh.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll do it.
Let's Oj in that.
I can't hear his mic at all in my ears, but I take it.
I can hear him. Well done, buddy. Let's
Fucking
Oj.
oath. Let's Oj.
Yeah, let's Oj.
So you're going to do it?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. I've needed a push to do it, so I feel like the saying it on the podcast. That's kind
Fuck
of
yeah!
Let's bro.
No cap.
Can you pay for my entry and shit?
Yep.
Of course, mate.
Can you buy me some new shoes?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, we can get you some ASICs.
Yeah, we ASICs, dude.
Oh, dude, oath. Yeah.
But you gotta,
ASICs will look after you.
Are you gonna Oge though, dude? That's the.
What do you reckon, mate?
You got to Oge. We'll look after your entry and your ASICs. Thanks to our friends at ASICs. And you can just get out there and Oge.
And our friends at Sydney Marathon. You're gonna Oge your fucking ass off.
I'll send you the program codes.
Mate, bingo, done.
And you got to try to beat Tobler. You don't want Blobler beating you.
What was Toddler's time?
4 hours and 52 minutes.
What is that in split? Ballpark.
7s, 8s,
It was
9s.
No, it was like 650 splits.
I wouldn't trust the blobs
more than
over
that.
there. We'll look into it, but you'll be able to
Pretty
beat
sure it's 650
Blobler.
splits.
Okay. Yeah.
You're a slight devil.
Maybe.
You'll be able to whip through it. I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so.
He's got his sub 4 hours.
Yeah, no, I can see it.
Do you run ever?
Not but not consistently.
Right. Okay.
In. Perfect. That's all right. That's done. Great call. Great call. He's in.
Let's Oge! Which is going.
What's happening, boys? I was watching the Cowboys-Tigers coverage post-game last night and couldn't help but be absolutely captivated by the great Billy Banjo Patterson Slater with his rule for life more than a poem, but it went a little something like this.
Not listening to this
guy. At the end of the day, one thing I have learned.
Sorry, mate. You were getting spoken over. Eddie didn't know what Oge.
What's happening, boys? I was watching the Cowboys-Tigers coverage post-game last night and couldn't help but be absolutely captivated by the great Billy Banjo Patterson Slater with his, rule for life more than a poem, but it went a little something like this. At the end of the day, one thing I have learned is that you don't worry about things that you don't need to worry about until you have to worry about them. Now, if that doesn't get you buoyed, then I don't know what will. Queensland 3-0.
Mate, if you
don't have to worry about things until you have to worry about them.
Yeah. I mean, that's very it's very abstract and also poetic of the bush poet Bill.
Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, guys, you don't worry about things you don't have to worry about.
He spoke
until
about
you
in
worry
his
about
presser this morning. He spoke about selecting players with good habits that he hopes they can recreate those habits on game day. Recreate the habits. He dropped habits like 20 times in the fucking presser. So he's very habits. I don't know.
So he's looking for blokes with good habits, and he wants to recreate those habits.
Yeah, on game day. What was the fucking bachunk or whatever they all said last year? That was like their catch cry. I know it's not bachunk, but there was like a Queensland term they all phrase. It was like Bombarderi or like Bumaya or fucking
Kumbaya.
There was something they said. Uluwatu.
Ubuntu?
Abutu?
I think it was Ubuntu or something.
Got there. Fuck me.
Something like that.
Ubuntu?
Ubuntu. Which means what? I am, you am, I am Queensland.
I am him.
Something like that. It was actually not that.
There was
I am because we are.
I am because we are.
There you go.
That's it.
Now, this year I feel like it's very habit-based.
Powerful stuff, though, from the bush poet. Don't worry about something unless you have to worry about it.
Yeah.
No point worrying about stuff that you don't have to worry about until you have to worry about
Well,
it.
because if you don't have to worry about it, it shouldn't worry you. So only worry about it when it starts to worry.
Why worry if there's nothing to worry about? You only worry if there's something to worry about, and that's when you start worrying when there's something to worry about.
Yeah.
If there's nothing to worry about, don't worry.
Don't worry.
Waste of time.
Complete waste of time.
Do you ever worry about stuff there's nothing to worry about?
How would I know what to worry about?
If there's nothing to worry about. Interesting. Deep from the bush poet.
Very deep. Let's go.
Hello, Mr. Tom and Edward. Hope we're all doing well. It's the trombone dribbler here. I've got a bit of a question for you, lads. I'm going to the Manly Storm game tonight. I'm a Blue Mountains boy, so it's a rare occasion I go to a footy game. I don't know if it's taboo or not. I don't know if it's a bit rogue, but it's going to be fucking freezing tonight. And that's coming from a Mountains boy. Second time since I fucking said that too. Anyway, coming from a Mountains boy, third time. Is it Magoo to wear your jersey over your jumper? Like you got a hoodie. That's not. It's just a plain colour. You put your jersey over it. Is it still play on? I know a lot of people do it, but what's your opinion on it, boys? I want to know your opinion. So, yeah. Fuck 13 plus better be on tonight, boys. Anyway, cheers.
I don't love it.
I don't, but I mean, like, I don't mind it though. You've just got to have a jersey big enough to actually be able to.
Just wear a jacket.
Well, sure, but if you want to be able to rep your team colours, no, because you're ignoring the desire to rep team colours. So if your jacket isn't team colours, then wearing a jacket negates your ability to rep team colours.
It's open.
Well, then then you might be cold. So it's about staying warm. It's about keeping warm in cold climates. The only way it works over a jumper though is if it's big enough. So you need to get an extra large jersey. And by extra large, I don't mean the specific size. I mean extra large compared to you.
You look a bit silly. You look a bit silly. You do.
It's very American though. They don't mind doing it.
Yeah, but fucking since when do we have to do what the Yanks do?
We're not doing it because
the Yanks
are
let's call a spade and get fair dinkum for a second. The Yanks are the daggiest people on the planet by a long margin.
I don't know if they're the daggy. They are very daggy.
They're fucking daggy.
They're very daggy. I don't know if they're the daggiest.
Obviously, there's some people over there.
Poms are pretty daggy, dude. Poms are pretty daggy. Unless you're like a Jason Statham, the gentleman, snatch sort of a goon.
Yanks are pretty daggy, dude.
They are, but so are Poms.
Yanks are pretty daggy.
Is there anything daggy than a red-headed Pom?
A Yank.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know if you're just saying that right now because you're on your fucking... A red-headed Pom is pretty daggy.
Not necessarily.
Johnny Bairstow, Stokes.
Stokes isn't daggy.
Pommy Tourists.
Stokes is not daggy.
No, he is daggy.
No,
dude.
he's not.
He fucking got fake red hair put in.
He's not as daggy as a fucking quintessential Yank.
I think you'll find that
in Asics shoes and fucking 3/4 fucking jeans.
Yeah,
shorts.
but you find that exact same equivalent in terms of average Joe-ness in an English person with red hair, then you find a daggier person. IMO.
Disagree.
That's okay. I get that, but I think if I'd gotten you maybe.
What do you think, Tobler?
A day before, I think you would have been.
Let's see. We can ask the people, and then we'll have a vote.
Yep.
I reckon.
I think Yanks are daggier personally.
I think Yanks as a whole are daggier, but then those like English Poms that run around in like jerseys and board shorts and stuff are way daggier.
That's very specific, and
that
I
makes
don't
sense.
entirely know what he's talking about.
He doesn't.
He's agreeing with you. He's trying to play both sides. Like,
get off the fence.
He's like, Americans on the whole are daggier, but
I reckon Poms
a
are
very
daggier.
Wait. So now he thinks Poms. Huge.
Yeah.
There you go. Sorry, mate.
Well, hang on. What you literally just said you think Yanks are daggier, and now you've changed
as
your
a
mind.
whole,
You
but
can
then-
you don't have your own opinions, do you, mate?
I'm forming them on the run here.
Which means you don't have any.
Well, because I've never really thought about who's fucking daggier between Poms and Yanks.
And now he's with Poms.
And now that I'm thinking about it and forming my own opinion, it's Poms.
And what's that based on?
No, it's his opinion, mate. He doesn't have to fucking...
Yeah, I tried explaining it.
He tried
and
explaining
it didn't go down very well.
When he explained it initially, he said Americans, and then when he said it again, he said
So he
Poms.
doesn't have an opinion.
Well, no, he says Poms.
You can't change your opinion after fucking 1 second.
Well,
I have my right to change my opinion on
He's
anything.
got every
whenever I
right
want.
to
Very
everyone's.
valid then, is it?
No, it is. It is. Great decision, Tobler.
Thanks, Tom.
Let's move on. Just another loss for Edward.
G'day, boys.
Just
I've just got a take on this whole NRL versus AFL sort of debate that's going on in the media at the moment. And it comes after watching Gordy and Laurie Daly go at it on 360. And to be honest, my take is, boys, who actually gives a fuck about what's the fucking best game in Australia? The NRL at the moment putting on a great showpiece every game. It's a great competition. It's probably got the most fans in Australia and New Zealand it ever has. Like, fuck, boys. Surely the NRL is just fucking happy. Like, why do you need to compete with the AFL to see who's the best? All right, you just keep counting the dollars up, boys. I just think it's the fucking most ridiculous argument of all time. It's two completely different fucking sports. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. Take it easy, boys.
Look, I can respect that young dribbler's stance there. Who gives a fuck? I tend to agree with him. I also think that it's human nature to want to be number one, and you just can't help but be like, well, fuck you.
It's just the way it is. You've got two big, massive codes who are competing for eyeballs and dollars and cents. So, yeah, there's going to be a bit of competition. Sydney and Melbourne, not huge fans of each other. One likes AFL, one likes fucking NRL. Like, there's always going to be a little bit of friction. There just is. But you got to compete with the AFL on metrics you can control, you know? Like TV viewers. Like the fact that it's a better game. More entertaining.
Yep.
State of origin.
Yep.
Listen to our argument with Dill Buckley. We fucking buried that cunt. You know, that's a good place to start.
Yeah. On the Inspired Pod.
Love you, Dill, but...
Love you, Dill. Barry Joe.
Win's a win.
Barry Joe. Barry Joe.
Barry Joe.
Tom, Eddie.
Could you call your kid
New
Barry Joe?
Dior tote bag. I've seen a Facebook post with a girl I went to school with who's now
Fuck,
had a
Sebo.
child.
Come on, Sebo.
Who has produced one of the greatest soon-to-be rugby league player names of all time. It's Braxlin, spelled Braxlinn. Yeah, soon to be one of the greatest fullbacks to ever play the game, I think. See you soon, boys.
Braxlin's a pretty hot name.
So is Berger.
Braxlin Berger. Or Berger Braxlin. Yeah, listen, dude. That's a rugby league name if ever I've heard it.
Shit, yeah. I wasn't really listening.
No, I know you weren't. I could tell. I'm
a little bit concerned with what Sebo's done.
I know. What did you smash over there?
Where'd that come from? Bro, there's rods falling out of the fucking sky.
No,
we found one over there. There's another rod.
That would be the same one.
Oh, it's the same rod?
Yeah, it's the same metal
thank
rod.
God.
You thought there was multiple...
Dude, I thought we had a fucking rod problem.
No, we don't have a rod problem. We don't. We do have one rod problem.
Like if rods just started turning up.
Why do we
of them.
have that metal rod?
No idea.
No one knows.
Did you bring
Willie
it in here,
and
Willie?
Coates found it outside and decided to bring
Thought
it
it might be
back.
good for reaching for stuff.
Yeah, it might be good for
That's what
reaching
we
for
need.
stuff. What
It's
are we?
good. It's good when Cody needs to turn the big light on.
Wait, is in what? Because he can't reach the lights here.
Yeah.
The lights.
No, that right. That
Look,
one.
Oh yeah, right.
I
Listen,
think Willie and I have realised upon hindsight that it was pretty dumb.
yeah,
He was very dumb.
it was like I mean, to be honest, that's the way a lot of the stuff gets in this place.
You could like literally hook it to the back of Toad's shirt and just carry him around.
Possibly
Like a bindle.
Like a coat hanger. I could be like...
a tote hanger.
Totes.
Like a tote hanger. When he's fucked up, we just hang him up for
Hang
a
him
while.
up, yeah.
So
Something to
think about what you've done.
Yep. All right, I think that's us. Punters and Dribblers, before we go, there's a survey link in the show notes. That'll also be in our stories.
And in the bio.
It'll be fucking everywhere. The link to this survey, basically, it's just asking you a few questions. It's all anonymous. We'll want your email, though, so that if you get selected for the fucking the prize, which is the Origin not Origin jackets. What are they called?
They're called State of Politics
State of
jackets,
Politics
Tom.
jackets, that's
We'll be
right.
handing out 3 of them to the lucky winners. Basically, we're just asking a couple of questions that help us punters and dribblers work out who the fuck you are as an audience so that we can go to sponsors and get more relevant advertisement.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's just like super random ads that you hear.
Yep.
It's more bespoke to you, the punter and the dribbler. Super short survey. If you want to fill it out, that would be much appreciated. 3 winners will go in the 3 winners will get a State of Politics jacket.
That's right. State of Politics.
That's what you meant, right?
Yeah. State of Politics. That's it. Fill it out for us. We'd appreciate it very much. And one of these State of Politics jackets will be yours and in time for Origin.
Go New South Wales. Love you all. Goodbye.
Go New South Wales.
Go New South Wales. Bye.
Could you two just not talk anymore?